Well, a monster matchup in the West kicks off Week 7 in the CFL. If you watch the pregame, we're now calling this man Rankenstein, not Cody. But some nice adjustments when BC shut down Rankin on the ground. Cody Fajardo played fantastic in that game, except for his interceptions. Looking for a bit of a better performance tonight. Nathan Rourke hoping his defense holds Rankin in check, just like they did 2 weeks ago. Stadium and looking to keep that going tonight. The BC Lions with other plans. They got their first win of the season 2 weeks ago in Kelowna against these Elks, and they look to make it 2-0 tonight. Kate Burness alongside Paul Lapalisse, David Sanchez, and Milt Stiegel as we get set for the Lions taking on the Elks. And I need a key matchup for this game tonight, Lapo.
The offensive line of the Elks. They're coming off not a happy opportunity last time they played the BC Lions. Hey, we could not run the football. We got too much penetration. Can the Edmonton Elks take care of the defensive line of the BC Lions, get Justin Rankin the touches he needs in the run game? It's different when you throw him passes. You got to get him the run game plays.
You stole mine, Lapo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think you were looking at my notes. But mine was also that O-line, in particular the interior. But let me flip it because I'm a gamer like that. I'm going to go with TJ Luther. I do think that, you know, the blitzing from those linebackers in BC, a little play action slip behind them and make some plays off that on first down. So I'm going to go with TJ Luther, and I agree with you, Lapo. And I also mentioned one thing real fast. Cody Fajardo said that last week Justin Rankin wasn't feeling himself. He was dealing with some ailments. He said when Justin gets going and gets his touches, nobody will stop us. Yep. We'll score 40 points a game. That's from Cody Fajardo's mouth. Justin's healthy right now. Let's see.
Well, that's my key matchup. Justin Rankin against his defense. You know, we spoke of how one of the ways you stop Justin Rankin is you have to jump him, meaning everyone on defense has to come and tackle him. When you see one guy trying to tackle him, that's not going to work. Everyone has to come and tackle him. So that'll be interesting to see if those guys will hustle to Justin Rankin, because if not, he'll go get you 50, 60 yards on a run that you thought he was going to be tackled for 5 or 6. So that's going to be a key matchup. You know the other matchup that I'm looking at? The guys on the panel who have hair and the guys on the panel who don't have hair. We've outnumbered Kate. How many times we can say we've outnumbered Kate?
That's a good thing?
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
No, it's not, Milton. Absolutely not.
Real fast on that. Think about the play action there. If it's all hats to the football on Justin Rankin, which everyone says that and knows that. First down play action from Edmonton and Cody Fajardo are really going to be key. I think that's going to dictate this game.
Against a pass game that struggled, a pass secondary that struggled with the BC Lions and everything. One other quick thing, Dennis McKnight, brand new special teams coordinator for the BC Lions after they made a change, special teams coordinator. Does that special teams get better?
Nobody has better field position than the Elks, averaging the 40-yard line in return. So better than number 1 in the CFL.
Butler was one, and y'all gave her 50.
We got lots of knowledge. I was off last week.
Couldn't even get my note in about Butler. Kickoff next.
But her hair.
Dorothy Poitras of Port Coquitlam, BC. This is your chance to win big. Thanks to Save on Foods' $1 million touchdown to win. If a kickoff is returned for a touchdown, you could win groceries for a year if 2 kickoffs are returned for touchdowns. You could also win $1 million. Good luck, Dorothy. Let's get you to Edmonton. It's Dustin Nielsen and Luke Wilson.
Friday Night Football rolls into Edmonton for the first time this season to kick off Week 7 with a big divisional matchup between the Elks and Lions on a beautiful evening in Alberta. The Elks picked up a win over Ottawa last week and are tied for first in the West. BC's coming in off a bye week. Prior to that, though, they did beat Edmonton with their running back, James Butler, leading the way.
Yeah, James Butler obviously went off in that game, and I think that if they get him going today, they're going to score a bunch of points. But I'll say this, Dustin, James Butler, to me, the key is not just when he has the ball, but BC loves to give you so many different looks. They run the play action, the rollouts, that sort of thing. So even when he's getting it fake, make sure he carries that with a ton of effort. And then on the other side, everyone's talked about Rankin. This guy is on an electric pace, both catching the ball and running the ball. He was a little stymied in the run game last time they played a couple weeks ago. Butler. So looking to see if they can make some adjustments and get him going on the ground.
Mark Killam 2-0 at home so far this season. 0-4 though versus the BC Lions since he took over here in Edmonton. Buck Pierce, of course, on the other side of that is perfect against the Double E, coming in off a bye week after they did pick up their first win of the season. They are 0-2 on the road so far this year. BC won the coin toss, and they will take the ball to start this ball game. It has been all BC. They are 12-1 in their last 13 versus Edmonton. Nathan Rourke has never lost to the Elks. Edmonton will try to change that tonight. We're underway on Friday Night Football. Low driving kick is going to be taken just inside the 10, brought back to the 20, and on the near sidelines, it's Jaden Williams who will step out of bounds, and we will get our first look of the night at Nathan Rourke.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun night, and obviously Nathan has been a tremendous quarterback in this league, but again, you look at this offense, they love to give you a ton of misdirection. Hey, he rolls out, he pulls it, they hand the ball to Butler, so a lot of it is very detail-oriented. Talking to Keon Hatcher before the game, he was saying, hey, for me as a receiver, it's about understanding what Nathan Rourke is seeing, not what I'm seeing.
Rourke 27 of 36, 320, a touchdown and 2 interceptions against Edmonton in Kelowna just a couple weeks ago. They're going to start it on the ground with Butler, and he's wrapped up after a short pickup on first down. Let's take a look at the Lions starting offense.
Yeah, up front, Chris Slugger to me, he's out of UAB. This is an offensive line. It's not super physical, but I think he's the most physical of the group right now. He's really getting after guys, so kind of look for that. And then Keon Hatcher, he's a former teammate of mine, 2023 and 2025 CFL All-Star. He's second in the league in yards per game right now receiving. Look for him to be moved everywhere. He understands the offense. He can play the slot. He can play the field, the boundary. He's all over the place. To me, he's a key if they want to have success.
Just over 106 yards per game for Keon Hatcher, a fantasy darling for many of you out there so far. Here's Rourke on a 2nd and 6. Pressure coming right up the middle. They get to him and they take him down. Noah Taylor gets home. His 3rd sack of the season comes early on Friday Night Football.
It's a mesh concept, so they're hoping for man coverage. They don't get it. So you're trying to find that zone, but Edmonton does a great job of covering it up. There's really nowhere for Rourke to go, and you're going to look at the top of your screen here as we roll this thing. We just get, again, a little bit of 5-man pressure, nothing crazy in a twist, and Edmonton comes out of the gate flying with a big play. So again, nothing really spectacular as far as scheme goes, just out-effort him there.
11th sack of this season allowed by the BC Lions, and 3rd and 14. They will have to kick it away on their first possession of the ball game. Good kick. Spirals in. Leak will take it just inside the 30. Tries to kick it to the outside. Finds about the 40-yard line, and there's a look at Cody Fajardo, 4-1 to start the season.
Dustin, you know that I love this guy.
He's your guy.
This is my guy. Finally got to meet him virtually this week, talking to him. He's probably, you know, a bit of a controversial quarterback. I don't really know why. All he does is win ball games. He's a grinder. He gets it done. He's a team guy. I am so excited on the plane right here today just to watch this man play football.
735 yards passing in his last 2 games for Fajardo, and he's got the most dangerous weapon in the league, and they're going to toss it out to him. Here's Butler, and a great tackle made for a loss. That is TJ Lee. Let's take a look at Edmonton's offense tonight.
Up front, Carter O'Donnell out of the University of Alberta. Right now, he's 6th in the league in lowest pressure rate allowed, only allowed 2.7%. So helping protect Cody's been awesome. Then Austin Mack out of Ohio State. He's tied for 3rd in contested catches with 6, but he's gotten 11 shots at it as well. Cody told us before the game, hey, I love 1-1 matchups, especially when he's the boundary receiver. I'm taking that. So look for those contested catches or those opportunities today.
Toss out to Rankin didn't work, and it's a 2nd and 13. 4 options to the right for Cody. On the run, down the field. Julian Grant's got it, but he's going to be marked a couple of yards short of the first down. They needed the 50 to move the chains. And they're going to be a couple yards short, and they'll kick this away with Jake Julian.
Yeah, it's not the start they wanted, Edmonton, but I'll say this defensive line for BC is pretty special. Now, they're kind of known for stopping the run, but that was well blocked up, got a few yards. They got to stay out of 2nd and long, and there's a big point of emphasis in our production meetings, talking to them, and the first thing they do is lose 3 yards at first down.
struggled on first down in that loss to the Lions in Kelowna. Julian end over end. That must have gone off the side of his foot as it flies out of bounds. And the flag does fly. Nathan Rourke will have the ball when we return. His BC Lions desperate to string together a couple of victories in a row. They are 1-3 on the season. It's a big one here in Edmonton. Well, this is an interesting development early on Friday Night Football as Chase Bryce is into the game for the BC Lions. It was week 3 versus the Ticats. He had 7 pass attempts, completed 6 of them for 87 yards. Here's the last time we saw Rourke. This was just the second play of the game. It was a sack by Taylor, and you see his left leg gets a little bit jammed up under. This will be a better look at it here, Luke.
Yeah, I hope it's something really minor. It's that second hit, you know. That makes my stomach turn. You just hate to see that, and hopefully we see him later in this game.
He got up, he walked off. We will monitor that situation for sure. 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 34, and they'll hand it off. Butler right up the middle, couple of yards against this Edmonton starting defense.
Yeah, up front, Malik Carney. This guy's a game wrecker out of North Carolina. He's 10th in the CFL right now in QB pressure rate, 5th in total pressures, meaning he's on the field the whole game. You'll love it. Okay, Javome out of Rutgers. I was going to say for Nathan Rourke, assuming that he was playing, the key is discipline. He's a youngster. He's got to understand how Nathan plays the game and gap integrity. That's going to change if Nathan's not playing. And then on the back end here, Cordell Jackson, the boundary half, is 2nd in the league in lowest completion percentage allowed. Now he's got his hands full today with Keon Hatcher, but I'll say this, he really is a very impressive secondary player. I really enjoy kind of watching him and kind of the feel he has in this defense.
Tamari Fox is up, and he is heading over to the sideline. Chase Bryce coming into this game tonight. He's been with the Lions for 4 years now. This is his 4th season with the Lions. He's dressed in all of the games over the last couple of years as a secondary or 3rd option. He's only attempted 40 passes in his young CFL career. He finds himself in the spotlight here. He'll move a few options over to his right and looks to throw the Elks. Send 5. Bryce hit as he throws. Ball is up for grabs, and it's taken away. Edmonton comes up with it. They bring the pressure, and they create the turnover. Gavin Meyer, right spot, right time. Tough start for the Lions. Arm was hit as he threw up for grabs, and Meyer, the Southern Cal, has it.
I want you to watch here Noah Taylor, okay? Here he is right now. He's coming from depth. So as we roll this here, Slugger, the right guard, I don't think he's sure what he's doing. He kind of looks hesitant. So see how he's not really attacking? He's not setting towards Taylor. And Taylor's like, okay, boom. They call it the disappearing shoulder. 1 minute's there, the next minute's gone. You can't put that on Chase Bryce, okay? It's a 5-man pressure. You have 6 protectors. You need your guys to win their one-on-ones. They don't do it. Taylor's off to a hot start, and now you've got a turnover.
And great field position for Fajardo, and Rankin, who he gives it to, and he runs into a wall back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it against this BC defense.
Yeah, and up front, Jonah Tavai. Listen, I don't care what the stats. This guy needs to be a game record today. Okay, control gaps, control offensive linemen. Don't let them climb up to the 2nd level. And speaking of the 2nd level, that's Darnell Sankey. Right now, he's 2nd in the league in tackling efficiency at 97%. And he's got his hands full. The guy who can break tackles, Justin Rankin. That's an unbelievable matchup. On the back in the boundary halfback, TJ Lee's in year 12. Control Austin Mack. Even near the boundary half, you're in that cut coverage, and you're the deep guy, you have to control throwing to Austin Mack.
Another 2nd and long for the Elks. Pressure coming. Fajardo gets it away. Too hot to handle. Looking for O'Leary Orange. And it will be a field goal attempt for the Elks after the turnover and the interception thrown by Bryce.
And again, you watch the top end of the screen here. I call this a free hitter, and it's Betts. Okay, that's just not something. Excuse me, it's Bell. It's not something you draw up that way. So as much as you want to say, hey, what's Cody Fajardo doing? Your offensive line should have that protected. That's got to be a frustrating start for Edmonton's offense.
Blanchard 13 for 13 on the season. And he puts another one through, and Edmonton is on the board first. They lead 3-0 at home.
The CFL on TSN is brought to you in part by The Score Bet, an official gaming partner of the CFL.
Well, an interesting time for head coach of the BC Lions, Buck Pierce, as he does not have Nathan Rourke available to him for now. We'll continue to wait for an update on that. Bryce, tough for him to come in, and you mentioned it's not on him, it's on the protection, but still, that's an interception on your first possession, filling in for Nathan Rourke.
And Dustin, that's where, you know, being a pro, you have to get over that quickly.
They'll go to Butler, he's caught in the backfield, and he's wrapped up, and that's much better for Edmonton than what we saw a couple of weeks ago for James Butler, as Butler ran all over the Elks in Kelowna.
Yeah, and when I watch this film, I don't want to take anything away from Butler, because you look at him breaking tackles, it was really a special performance, but I thought that Edmonton was misaligned a lot. They were so focused in on stopping the RPO kind of screen game from Rourke that they forgot about this guy, and he made them pay. So if they stay like discipline, you hear the age-old cliche, do your job. Gap integrity is another one, Dustin. I'm getting all the cliches right now. That will help slow him down if you're Edmonton.
Empty this time for Price. Has a completion. And an excellent effort trying to push it ahead from Senecal, but in the end, they were in a second and long. That'll bring up third down, and they will have to kick it away once again.
So I'll say this, I know it's early in the game, Dustin, but right now both head coaches, Buck Pierce and Kellum, you got to start thinking, okay, so Rourke's out of the game. We've struggled to move the ball, Edmonton offensively. We need to already start to adapt and have the feel of the game, which is get points as quickly as you can, even if it's 1, even if it's 3, just continue to stack points.
Meyer boots it away. Leaf's going to run up underneath this. Takes it at the 25. There's a flag as Leaf finds a little bit of space. Big block. That draws a flag as well. So there's 2 flags on this play. We'll pick those up when we come back. What a start to the season. A record-setting pace for the human highlight reel. Justin Rankin. We'll have more on him when we return to Commonwealth in Edmonton. Welcome back to Freaky Friday Night Football on TSN as we present Mark Killam's Rankenstein. And he really has been unstoppable so far. He's on pace for 25 total touchdowns, would break Milt Stiegel's record on that front. He's on pace for a CFL record, 2,916 yards from scrimmage. That would break a Mike Pringle record. And he's on pace for a 1,000 season. Nobody's ever done it. Nice kick to the head there at the end for Rankenstein. For more on him, let's send it down to Tom Gazzola.
Yeah, Dusty, you can call it a career resurrection, if you will. Now, Justin Rankin's pro football revival started in 2024 when the Elks actually brought him back after they had cut him in training camp. Now, not only is his career alive, it's thriving as he pursues those records that you just laid out there. Now, talking to Rankin, the 29-year-old says that he owes a lot of his success to his time in the Indoor Football League, where he learned to get familiar with the waggle. On top of that, he learned how to make guys miss in a phone booth. You take those skills, put them on a CFL field, and this is what happens, guys.
Thank you, Tommy. We'll get it into the hands of O'Leary Orange, who had a 90-yard reception last week, longest in the league. Let's give you more on Justin Rankin and what he's been able to do so far this season. 513 yards on the ground through 5 games.
It's crazy, Dustin, and watching him on film, some of the things that's been really fun is it's like some of these long runs are, it should be legitimately a TFL, tackle for loss. He goes, boom, breaks a tackle and goes for 50. It's really a special thing when he gets going.
Fajardo wanting to throw again, pump fake, now down the far side of the field. It's incomplete. Oh, he was looking for Austin Mack.
So when we watch this here, there's Mack, and he's a double move. So as he roll it, boom, he sits it, and then he goes. It's a great job defending that. It's a little early for the double moves for me, Dustin, but I do like the double move yet? Correct. I do like the aggression. I do like the aggression. It's a great job by Thomas Oliver. Unbelievable.
Thomas Oliver had 3 knockdowns in that game of Kelowna. Pressure coming, Cody, and they're going to get there and take him down as well. Matthew Betts was there. The safety, Finley, had come down as well.
Dustin, Betts is locked in on the cadence here, okay? You look at this thing, as soon as we just roll it, look, I mean, even the picture right now, he's already gone. So again, you get the speed rush here. It's tough as an offensive lineman. You're playing Betts to begin with, but then he jumps the snap count, whatever that tell is. Right now, Edmonton's offense needs to come out and start varying this cadence.
3rd sack of the season for Betts. This is taken by Williams just outside the 30. Spins off 1 tackle, finds midfield before he is stopped in his tracks. Betts around the edge. Give him 3 on the year. Strength, skill, and stamina. It's going to take it all to win it all on a new season of The Amazing Race Canada. All new Tuesdays on CTV, and you can stream it the next day on Crave as well. Good field position here for the BC Lions. 0-2 officially on the road this year. Of course, had a couple of games in Kelowna, one of them against Edmonton, and they came away with the victory in that one, hanging 36 on a pretty good Edmonton defense that's allowing just over 24 points per game this year. Chase Bryce, midfield, 3 options out to his wide side right. Wants to throw on the run to his right, has Senecal, breaks a tackle, pushes it ahead, and he's got a first down. Nice second effort there from Nick Senecal.
Yeah, great second effort, like you said, and nice first down for Bryce here. A little play action, kind of RPO. Guy right in his face. That's not an easy throw. I know it's a short throw as far as the length of the field, but with that width, he really has to push the ball out there on the run. Senecal does the rest.
Missed tackle there from Terrell Ford. 4.5 to play in the first. Lions will work from the Elk 43. This time they give it to Butler. Can he find a hole? Not the case. If you are just joining us and you're wondering, hey, why is Chase Bryce in this game? Well, here's why. We saw this first possession of the game. It was a sack from Taylor. Rourke goes down. Second hit came in as well. You saw a grimace there. And we've been told that Nathan Rourke is out with a left shoulder injury. And that's where all that weight would have come down on that second tackle, not the initial sack. Yeah, I'm not a doctor whatsoever, but initial thought we were worried it was his knee. I think left shoulder, if you're a BC Lions fan, you're feeling better about that. Obviously, we'll have to see. 2nd and 8 for Bryce. Ton of time. Down the field. One-on-one, and it's caught. Oh, Hatcher! Ridiculous! One-on-one. It looks like it went off of Garnes to Hatcher, and Hatch hauls it in. This play is unbelievable. So here's Hatcher right here. He's going to run a corner route. So he's basically going to go up the field and run towards the corner, and he gets the match. So he's got inside leverage. He'd like this ball to be thrown a bit further. So Bryce is a bit short with it, but Hatcher says, I'll make a play for you, big dog. Look at this, Dustin. Oh, one hand reaching back and contested for 41 yards. You got a backup quarterback in, and who I think is your best receiver steps up and makes a huge play for him. Now Horvath in to finish the job for the BC Lions. Lunging ahead. Is he there? Touchdown Lions! And BC takes the lead for the first time tonight. Horvath's got his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. I'm still on the key on Hatcher. That's a great catch. Now, do we have a stat for one-arm contested catches? That's right. That's right. Definitely was there. Definitely there. But this only happens because of the play from Hatcher. Horvath now actually has 5 touchdowns on the season. 3 on the ground, 2 through the air. He's been a nice piece for the BC Lions. Sean White played in Edmonton for a long time, knocks that through, and the Lions lead 7-3 here on Friday Night Football. 4 plays on the drive, 56 yards in 2.5 minutes, and it was the big play, the big catch from Keon Hatcher that got it done.
And you can see the eyes here from Chase Bryce. He doesn't look at anything. He sees the defense pre-snap, and it's the right decision. That's the route you want to throw in that situation. Again, back, looks good, tempo. Just would like him to push the ball a little more towards the pylon, kind of let Hatcher go run and get it, but Hatcher says, no problem, big dog, I got you.
Is there anything else Garnes can do there defending that?
I mean, you try and bat it down. I'll say this, Dustin. One of the things I always found funny is, you know, there should be a stat for that for Hatcher. And you go into the offseason, and whenever you're a free agent, it's like, oh, you have X amount of touchdowns. That doesn't count as a touchdown for Hatcher.
And that's got to be on the film reel, right?
It's like, you know, okay, I got it to the 1 here on a crazy catch. I'll say this about this man right here. We got to see him. Now, granted, it was garbage time. They were down a bunch, but it was week 3 against Hamilton. He came out and was slinging the ball around. And again, as much as that throw wasn't the most accurate, I do expect him to kind of play fearless and sling the ball around, which, when you have a receiver like Keon Hatcher, sometimes it's all you need.
He had a touchdown in that game in week 3 against Hamilton. Now they'll give it to Leak on the return. Leak, nowhere to go as he's wrapped up at the 35 by Mayala. And now we'll get another look at Cody Fajardo. Back-to-back 300-yard passing games. He now has 19 of those in his career. He's 735 passing yards in his last 2 games. That's one of the best stretches of his career as well. 8 touchdown passes on the season, and he's over 1,500 yards already.
He's been off to a hot start this year. I think that Justin Rankin's kind of overshadowed how great he's been, including completion percentage.
Fajardo throwing here, has a man who's wide open, and that'll be a first down up to the 50. He goes to Cephas for the first time this evening. That'll go for 14 yards.
And we just mentioned completion percentage. Look how quickly and efficiently he sees this. So this is a pre-snap read in there and cut coverage, so that halfback is going to be dropping to the deep third. So he knows it's a perfect play call by Maximic. Gets put right back. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not what we want to see if you're a BC Lions fan. If you're a CFL fan, that's not what you want to see.
He officially will not return to this ball game. 1st and 10, Fajardo on the run to his right. And he will drop it off to his fullback, Skylar Griffith. Tough to see for BC Lions fans. Tough to see after the league loses Bo Levi Mitchell earlier in the season.
Yeah.
We don't know how long Nathan will be out, but obviously his arm in some sort of sling under that T-shirt.
Yeah, and you know, you go back to last season, those are, I believe, the 2 finalists for MOP.
Yep.
Bo Levi and obviously Nathan won it. I do respect him coming out here, still got the pants on, being with the guys. You know, you see the leadership qualities right there.
Cole Snyder into the game and short yardage for Edmonton. He gets a really nice push from the line. And they'll easily move the chains here. It'll be a first down on the BC Lions side of the field.
Dustin, I'll say this from a X&O standpoint right now. Offensive coordinator Max Simic, to me, for Edmonton, they have not ran the ball well. You know, Rankin has got 2 attempts for -4 yards. He had a -3-yard rush, -1. So what they've been doing is this kind of run game extension. You'll see Cody fake the handoffs and just kind of throw these, similar to what Nathan Rourke does, RPO-style games if they stick with that or hand it off.
They'll hand this off to Leak. And he'll push it ahead and find a little bit of positive yardage. I think they'll give him about 3 on that first down carry. This is another guy that can be an offensive weapon for you as well. A little bit of a different style of back than Rankin, but still.
I think as they develop, it's a bit of thunder and lightning. You know, now Rankin's kind of got both thunder and lightning.
Yeah, exactly.
But Lee can really go, so he is a fun back to watch.
Thunder and lightning and lightning.
That's right.
That's how you describe these 2 guys. Leak was really involved last week, had 3 carries that went for more than 10 yards. Fajardo quickly. O'Leary Orange runs out of room. Colden and Sankey team up to take him down. And that will bring up a 3rd down for the Elks here at home. First quarter is in the books, and it is the BC Lions with a lead 7-3, but losing Nathan Rourke, at least for the rest of the game, in the process. Second quarter coming up from Commonwealth. End of the first quarter here in Edmonton. The Elks trail the BC Lions 7-3. You see that rushing yards. 1 yard rushing for Edmonton so far in this game. And Rankin is actually minus 4 yards after he's held to 19 rushing yards a couple weeks ago against the Lions. BC somehow knows how to contain him so far.
Yeah, Dustin, and that's a bit surprising for me because generally speaking, when you play a team and you get stopped like that, you at least have the film to learn from and change. So I did expect Edmonton to be able to at least have some sort of answer in order to get a run game going, but clearly that has not started the way Edmonton was hoping.
It'll be a field goal attempt from outside 50, 52 yards to start the quarter for Blanchard. Perfect on the year, 1 for 1 beyond 50, and that was actually right at the 50. So this is his longest field goal attempt of the season to make it a 1-point game. And that is up, and it is wide. His first miss of the year will be brought out by Jaden Williams. Williams trying to pick his way out towards the 20, finds the 20, now to the sideline, and that is where they will force him out. So Blanchard's perfect season no more as he misses a 52-yard bomb, and BC will maintain their 4-point lead here on Friday Night Football.
Dustin, I know hindsight is 20/20, so this is a bit of a cheap take, but in a game where Nathan Rourke has been ruled out, yes, Chase Bryce does have the big play to Keon, but I'd say it was more Keon. To me, there's a world where you punt that and you try and pin him deep and you give Cody the short field. Like, again, just as a mindset, I think you got to start thinking it's going to be a really greasy game, low scoring. You got to find a way to win.
Lions will start on their own 25. It'll be Butler again, and he is tripped up on the play by Jabome. We talked about him being important.
Yes.
Stopping Butler tonight, and Butler only has 4 yards as well.
Yeah, you're going to see him right here. Just, I want you to watch him trigger here as we go this. I thought he was a little hesitant last time they played. So you see DeBlanco cross, so it's kind of like a cross. He's got a different gap. You see DeBlanco there, and then Jabome just fires downhill. Great tackle on Butler.
135 rushing yards last time these two teams played for Butler. He's got 5 on 5 carries. It's a 2nd and 9 for Bryce. They'll clear it out. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Has a lot of time. Now he's going to be pressured, and he's taken down. Tamari Fox has his first sack of the season.
Dustin, if you're Buck Pierce, this drives you nuts. It's a 3-man rush, okay? You got 1, 2, 3. That's it. You can't do anything in this league if you can't protect against a 3-man rush on 2nd down. If my math is correct, that means you got 9 guys dropping into coverage. You know how hard it is to throw? That's when you like to see an off schedule, something like that. Just really tough there. Obviously a great win for the Elks, but
Leak will take it just outside the 40, finds the edge. Here goes Leak. There's a flag right at midfield. This one will likely be coming back, but a nice burst from Leak around the outside. Got a little too much help.
I'll be honest. They need to pick this bad boy up. This might be the fake of the year here. They could challenge
During
it.
the return, holding Edmonton number 99, 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's different than what we were thinking.
So it's not. Okay, I'm glad they didn't call block in the back later. I actually thought Edmonton got away with one early. Then I was like, there's no way to call it.
Like right when he got the ball.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So I thought this one was closer here. You know, sometimes when they see the players fall forward, but this is not a block in the back. That's what I was worried they called. So I'm glad that wasn't the case.
Fajardo gets the ball on his own 43. And that is wrapped up immediately as he goes to leak, and the tackle made by Deontay Williams. Had 19 of them coming into the game tonight.
Yeah, I'll say this, you got tip your cap right now to Mike Benavides. I know there's a lot of BC Lions fans that weren't thrilled at the beginning of the season how their defense played, but he's certainly on it tonight. It was the last time they played this team as well. This is a very, very tough offense when you have Rankin, and they are smothering everything up right now. It feels like every yard Edmonton's getting is just so tough to get.
Coach Killam told us on production calls this week that they have to do better on first down, and so far tonight they simply haven't. Now here's Julian Grant looking for a first down. I think he's got it. There's a flag that came out from the secondary. And is this against Edmonton? I think it is.
Illegal interference, blocking downfield prior to the pass being caught. This is the 10-yard, number 88. This is a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay second down.
Crowded Commonwealth clearly hates it. TJ Luther, the guilty party.
Yeah, and I just don't think he needed to do it. You know, it's a great job by Edmonton here. As we roll this, you're going to see a lot of pressure from BC, and Edmonton's offensive line picks it up. And then you get a, which we call chip flat. Okay, Cody sees it. We've got no one covering it. And we have a first down. Oh, wow. Now that we see the replay, I'm not sure about that call, Dustin.
Yeah, a little push. I would say right as the ball arrived, to the second down, they try to get something with Rankin, and that just went nowhere.
Dustin, I'm beside myself.
I think it was a little bit of embellishment on that one.
That's tough. That's really tough if you're an Elks fan watching this at home right now. And even a field position game, you know? That's a big play. It's a big call.
That would have been a first down. Instead, it's third and forever, 3rd and 18, and they'll have to kick it away.
First down, and you're on the other side of the field. Wow, that's tough.
3rd 2 and out of the game for the Elks in what has become a bit of a slog and defensive battle so far. This is a high towering kick from Julian. Williams takes it after a 52-yard boot, and he's going to be wrapped up and thrown down as well. Keon Hatcher. He's got a 40-yard catch so far in this one. He's averaging over 106 yards per game this season. Well, it's no surprise that Keon Hatcher finds himself among the top receivers in the league once again, and one of just 2 receivers averaging over 100 yards per game. Philpott's on a completely different level right now, but Keon Hatcher, even with the team struggling, you know what he's going to give you every single time.
Yeah, and again, he was a former teammate of mine in Detroit and also in Oakland for an offseason. He just has a lot of swagger to his game. He can make the big plays like we see. He can play in the slot. He can play big and outside. I really think he's an extremely versatile player, and he's great in the film room, which you can see. It shows up on game day, Dustin.
He's averaging just shy of 18 yards per catch this season. Here's Bryce. Down the field again. It's a deep one, and it's taken away by Ford. Stepped in front of it now. Bring it back the other way. Cuts it inside at the 50. Staying on his feet there. They'll get him, and they'll take him down. Second interception of the game for Chase Bryce, in for the injured Nathan Rourke. And Ford has his second INT of the season.
Dustin, I'm not sure what Chase is seeing here, so I'm going to circle where we're going, but I want you to watch here. Edmonton is on top of it. At no point are we behind the defense. At no point. It's like we're jogging because we're like, all right, we're covered. We're clearing this thing out. I get that you're coming in and you want to make a big play, but in the same breath, you said it, Dustin, it's a bit of a greasy game. It's 7-3 in the second quarter. You got to understand and manage the football game before you make the big play.
Fajardo takes over, uses the near sideline, and he has his favorite target, Austin Mack, taken down by Stanley Thomas. Oliver.
I'll tell you, Dustin, you know, my history is with the American field. These long long throws on those speed outs, they scare me a bit.
You're still getting used to that.
You know, that could be, if it's a split second late, we're going 6 the other way.
The other way for sure.
They scare me a bit.
Got to get there in time. 2nd and 5 for Fajardo now. And he's going to go down the field. That's hauled in just outside the 5. TJ Luther in one-on-one coverage comes down with it.
Cody sees he's got an inside fade from Luther, and he's like, I'm taking this matchup. Now, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but one of the ways you can kind of create separation is by getting, I know it sounds counterproductive, but getting closer to the defender so that he has to slow his feet as well. So if you see at the top there, Luther kind of gets close to just create that yard of separation.
1st and goal after a 38-yard pickup from the BC 5. They'll give it to Rankin, and they wrap him up and take him down. They had both Rankin and Leak lined up in behind Cody Fajardo. Gave it to Rankin, faked the toss to Leak, and BC read it well.
They did read it well. It was kind of a cool play design here. Almost like it was going to be a little fake fullback dive pitch to Leak. So as you can see here, they hand off the fullback dive. They're trying to get creative, you know, find a way to beat this tough run defense of BC.
Deontay Williams was not fooled. He was waiting in that gap, closed it up quickly, so it'll be a 2nd and goal. Fajardo in the shotgun, that's Rankin directly to his left. Cody looks to his right, bouncing around the pocket, gets it away, touchdown! Elks! TJ Luther's got his 2nd of the year, and Edmonton goes back on top.
Dustin, I think this is a bit off schedule. But you're going to see Luther. So I say off schedule. It looks like it's going to be a mesh concept that he returns, but for a sec I thought that he returned because he was going to be blocked by the post. But it ended up working out, so maybe that is the way they drew it up. They got the man coverage they were looking for, just took a little longer, and I think probably Edmonton wanted to get that open.
Blanchard gives Edmonton a 10-7 lead. TJ Luther first on the deep one, hauls it in and finds himself a little bit of space in the end zone for a touchdown. 42 yards and a touchdown in this half for TJ Luther. Here's another look.
So what they're actually trying to get here is Julian Grant on a shallow, and O'Leary Orange is going to pick for him. But then when you watch this here, TJ Luther sits, and that's your zone answer. Now he sees as we roll it. So he realizes right away, okay, it's man, I'm not the answer here. And now this is the second part of the play. You talk about off schedule. So this is completely not made up, but that's TJ Luther understanding, okay, I'm the zone option in this. It's man coverage. So if the ball's out early, find a way to get over for Cody to find me, and that's what he does.
Cody found him. Here's Williams on the return. Picks his way through, found a little bit of space. He'll try to knock that ball out, but he'll hang on and take it just outside the 30. 35-yard return there. We get another look at Chase Bryce. A couple interceptions here in the first half in place of Rourke.
Yeah, you see that stat line. He's 3 for 5. Unfortunately, 2 picks.
The 2 incompletions went to the other team.
Correct. You'd like him to settle in. Again, the first pick's definitely not on him. The second one, getting a little greedy. It's a 10-7 ball game. You got great receivers. You got a great runner. Again, to me, I'd like him to manage. Everyone says it's a bad thing, Dustin. I think it's the best. I love game managers at the quarterback.
When you're managing, it means you're usually not getting your team in any trouble. Right? It's just he's throwing here. He's got Hatcher, and he's tripped up just outside the 50. 18-yard pickup for Hatcher.
This is sharp right here. Nice Chase Bryce here, both little play action. Great win by Keon. Keon's heating up right now. He's due for a big one. You make a big catch like he did earlier, that probably gets the mojo right.
A lot of talk about Butler and Rankin coming into this game. They've combined for 2 yards rushing. Quarter and a half in.
Can't write that up, can
That's
you?
why they play the games,
yeah.
Luke. Here's Bryce. Dumps it out to Poisson. And he is wrapped up almost immediately on the play. Kenneth Logan Jr. there with the tackle.
Tell you, Buck Pierce is going to review that film whenever their next film day is, and he's going to say, listen, I know you're dancing a little bit and you're being hesitant. We're trying to replace the run game. Just get me 4. Get me into second and medium. You know, and J.C. Sherrod on the other side, you know, I was giving some love to Mike Benavides. Can't forget what he's doing right now. This is not an easy offense to slow down. They've done it today.
Empty backfield for Bryce. Elks at 5. One of them was free, and that is batted down. Bryce wants a flag. Not going to get it. And it's been a rough ride for Chase Bryce.
Yeah, Dustin, when you look at this here, I want you to watch. So see how everyone's on the line of scrimmage here. It's cover 0. Okay, we just talked about J.C. Sherrod. He's saying, hey, I'm bringing the heat. We got to back up in. And there's a free hitter. That is what happens in cover 0 a lot of times. There's a free man. You got to beat the blitzer with the ball. And clearly they could not get that done. So J.C. Sherrod right now has got a very good feel and pulse of what's going on here in the mind of Chase Bryce.
Carl Meyer averaging just shy of 48 per punt this year. This one's end over end. Leak will take it. Found a little bit of space. And then he's tripped up just outside the 35-yard line on a beautiful Friday night in Edmonton. Football's biggest prize is on the line as Spain takes on Argentina in the World Cup final Sunday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. You can watch it live, of course, on TSN, CTV, and Crave. Soccer fans in the house.
You got anyone you're pulling for in that final?
I mean, I'm not a big soccer fan, but I like Messi.
Yeah,
so I'd like to see greatness get crowned again.
I agree with you on that. But don't really care that much either way.
Argentina's been hanging on and finding a way.
Yes.
Spain's only, I think, allowed 1 goal the entire tournament. Should be a good final. Here's Fajardo. He's got time. He's looking down the field again, and that's hauled in. What a catch at the 20 earlier. It was Luther. This time it's the rookie, Joshua Cephas. 54 yards to Cephas, his longest reception of the year.
Dustin, this is just Cephas making a play here. It's really not bad coverage. It's a great throw, great kind of back shoulder-ish throw by Cody. And again, not much to it. He takes his one-on-one matchup. He says, I think my guy's going to beat yours, and he does.
That's inside the red zone here.
Can turn this game around quickly.
Fajardo's at 152 yards passing. Now he'll flip it behind. And that is wrapped up. Back to the original line of scrimmage. No further on that one. I believe it was TJ Luther in the mess there.
I'll say this again. Edmonton is trying to get this run game going. So I will give them points for creativity. Kind of fake there to Rankin, and then we flip that kind of reverse-ish style play. But BC is just all over it.
BC holding opponents under 4 yards per carry so far this season. Nothing on the ground for Edmonton tonight. 2nd and 9. Lions bring heat. Fajardo gets it away. Bouncing up in the air and knocked incomplete. Julian Grant got his hands on it. Might have had another crack at it, but it'll be another field goal attempt for Vincent Blanchard.
Yeah, I call these the shin route, kind of short in. You're going to see it up here at the top of your screen as we roll. It's a 5-yard in. Again, my term is shin. I don't really like calling them slant. Either way, if we catch that or not, I think you're tackled and you're kicking a field goal. So, of course, you'd like for the stat line to have a completion, but I don't think that's going anywhere.
Blanchard 1 for 2 tonight. Missed from outside the 50. This one 26 yards, no doubt about it. Edmonton leads 13-7. How do you think you've got the leg for it? Old Dutch Foods is giving one fan the chance to win $500,000 of this year's CFL West Final. Visit kicktowincontest.ca. That's kicktowincontest.ca to enter. 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Chase Bryce into the game. Nathan Rourke left with a left shoulder injury on the second offensive play of the game for the BC Lions. Bryce has come in, had one big connection to Keon Hatcher, which set up a Horvath touchdown, but has thrown a couple of interceptions as well. I think the big completion to Hatcher was one of the reasons he threw it up for McInnes as well, but that led to an interception. Now he's on the run to his right, and that is incomplete, looking in the direction of McInnes, who was well covered once again.
You know, I think they kind of need to reset here going into half. McInnes' glove there. You can't just, in a 3-down league, you can't just burn first down by saying, okay, I've got basically no throw, it's a hope and a prayer here.
3 minutes remaining in the half. Edmonton leads.
It is the last thing you want to see in the CFL. Another quarterback going down. We break down Nathan Rourke and Chase Bryce's performance so far. And speaking of QBs, Trey Ford named the starter in Hamilton. We're going to chat about that as well. Plenty coming up at halftime.
BC Lions' first 7 possessions of this game, 4 punts, 2 interceptions, and a Horvath touchdown after the big completion to Hatcher. Some points here to end the half would be huge for Bryce's confidence heading into the room, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, because that stat line you just read is an absolute bloodbath.
Gets this one away, had to move it quickly. The pressure was coming, and it's hauled in by Mayala, and that'll set up a 3rd down, and wasn't enough, and they'll have to kick it away again.
I'll tell you, Dustin, I'm tipping my cap to J.C. Sherritt right now. The last drive we talked about cover 0, I circled everyone was on the line. There they showed cover 0 and bailed out of it, so it looked like, okay, I just got to get a quick completion off here. Not so fast, and now we're punting. J.C. Sherritt. I'm enjoying his play calling tonight.
Devon Leak slides over to his left. There's a flag on the play as Leak takes it. And he's hammered down short of the 30. BC Lions trailing by 6.
While the ball was in the air, holding Edmonton number 32, 10-yard penalty, and a first down.
Lions will be heading home soon. For more on that, let's send it down to Tom Gazzola.
Dusty, by my count, the Lions have bounced between 8 different cities. They've uprooted their home base twice, and they've even made the most of home away from home cities in Langford and Kelowna. And talking to the guys this week, they're ready to go back to Vancouver and settle in after this game tonight here at Commonwealth. Talking to Buck Pierce, he gave not just the players, but the entire staff a ton of credit for the perseverance during the World Cup, for the job that they've done. And a win tonight against the Elks would only juice up that pool party theme at BC Place against the Argos next week.
Now Fajardo will get it to Rankin, and Rankin will push it ahead. He's got a first down. This is what they had to end up doing last time they played 2. Get him involved through the air. This one goes for 17 yards.
Yeah, Dustin, and it's fun. Rankin hasn't gotten going yet, and you look at Cody looks right here. It's quick games. It's a nice job finding completion. Look at Rankin. And it's just like the juggernaut coming through.
It doesn't take him long to get up to speed.
No, it's fun.
Mention the juggernaut. He has a thing that he does pregame where he takes his helmet off and headbutts people on the team in the chest.
Sounds like something the juggernaut would do.
Here's Fajardo spinning around, dumps it off to Rankin. Rankin again. Made one man miss, and they'll drive him back, trying to get something out of nothing. We were talking about the pregame headbutting from old Rankenstein here. Oh, there you go. Helmet off. Oh, I thought it was in the chest. He's headbutting people in their helmets.
I'll tell you this, Dustin, as a guy who's been there, when you have a guy who's as talented as him, look at this guy, and he starts doing stuff like this, there's an energy of craziness that is just, it's contagious. It's electric.
He told us this week he gets here really early.
Yeah.
So by the time they get to warm up, he's just ready to burst.
That's awesome.
2nd and 12. Fajardo Rankin again has a little bit of space. What can he do with it? 3 BC Lions are there, and they'll wrap him up at the 30 after a pickup of 8 yards. And Edmonton will kick it away with just over a minute and a half left in the second quarter.
Little John there. Little John between Betts and Fajardo. Fajardo's taking a couple big hits here. Look at this. Boom. It's a big boy. It's a big boy. Hey. And Cody's been upset. He wants some calls, and I'm sure Betts let him know about it. I like it. I like a little trash talk.
A little bit
you
of
can
fire
imagine.
here. Playing the same team for the second time in 3 weeks. Jaden Williams waits back. This is a deep kick. He's going to have to slide back even a little bit further. Takes it just inside the 25. 57-yard kick. And he'll take it back to about the 30. Let's take a look at some special teams work from DK Bonhomme. All the way down the field, finds another tackle.
Yeah.
Among the league leaders in that category so far this season.
You said he's kind of a league leader. You'd think that they try and hold him up at the line.
He got away free there, didn't he?
Yeah.
BC starts on their 30. Bryce goes to Williams, who, well, that's Butler, rather, out of the backfield. That's James Butler's first target of the game. And once again, like Rankin on the other side, just 5 yards and 5 carries for Butler. So maybe try to get him involved in the passing game a little bit.
Absolutely. Now, this will be a really fascinating play. Let's see if they maybe hand it off.
Bryce wants to throw. And there's a flag way back in the secondary. Senecal wanted the call. Was there much there?
Defensive pass interference. Edmonton number 25. This will be a 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
We'll have to see this again. It's a great play call, but Edmonton jumps it right away. I thought it was pretty clean. Maybe there's a bit of tug on the hip. So you're going to see it's man coverage. We're going to slide across here. Oh, my. We call it a slingshot. There's a grab there. I don't know, though, Dustin.
Little jersey pull.
I don't know, Dustin.
I think it's a field of jersey pull.
Yeah.
And turn yourself a little bit.
It's tough to be an official. You see the pull. Ooh.
That will be ruled incomplete.
Wow. You see the pull with the official. And, you know, sometimes it's obviously happening a lot quicker than we're looking at. My goodness, Edmonton's playing downhill.
They are coming at him. That's the 4th target for Justin McInnes. Has not had a catch yet in this one. Cordell Jackson was ready for it. Outside of the one big play by Hatcher, Edmonton's defense has had this locked down against Bryce so far. Deep drop from Bryce. Pump fake. Couldn't find anything. And then throws an interception. J.J. Ross has it. And he'll take it back inside the 45. 3rd interception of the game from Chase Bryce. We'll have to get another look at this one to see if he got under it.
I'll say this, Dustin. BC, they got to pray that this hits the ground here. I think he catches it.
That angle's not going to help us much. I mean, that one makes it look like he caught it.
That just can't happen at this point of the game. This will be the one right here. That's a catch. Ooh. That's a catch.
That didn't even look like the end of the ball touched the ground there.
Dustin, we talk about game managing, and I say this all the time. I want a quarterback that can manage a football game. I get you haven't had a good offensive half. Talking about BC now. You're only down 6 points. Even if it's incomplete there, you punt, you make it super tough. Instead, Edmonton's got a chance here to go 2 scores.
Well, the league takes a look at this because it was a turnover. Let's find out what the ruling is.
The ruling on the field stands as a catch. First down, Edmonton.
Great job by J.J. Ross to take advantage of a mistake from Bryce.
Let's go.
Ross had 4 knockdowns coming into this game. Had not yet had an interception this season. He's got a big one now.
Yeah, that's a tough catch. As much as we were watching, hey, did he catch or not? Not easy to go down there and pick that thing off the ground.
Pretty much already in field goal range as well. We'll see how aggressive Fajardo is looking to tack on another touchdown. That's a high pass, but it's hauled in by Austin Mack. Some elite footwork on the sideline there.
Yeah, you're going to see 1-2, boom, we get out of it. Just kind of a quick 2-step speed out. Look at Fajardo here. He's been on the ground a lot. That wasn't a gruesome hit, but you just don't want to see your quarterback on the ground as much as Cody's been.
Just the second catch of the game for Austin Mack. Had 8 last time these two teams played. Fajardo again. And that one will get a first down into the hands of Javon Leak with 32 seconds on the clock in the quarter.
Talked to Mark Killen for the game. He said he thinks that Cody Fajardo is the best in 3-minute drills. I mean, he mentioned the fourth quarter, but here he is again, just cool, calm, collected, operating extremely efficiently.
4 receivers out to his left. Cody takes off, dumps it off up the middle. And that is caught by Cephas. And he'll take them just outside the BC 25 with 19 seconds remaining in the half.
This is a situational football. It's 2nd and 3 here. You've got a field goal. Do you take a shot now as the clock's running down right now? We didn't get the snap off. This is probably their last shot here.
Clock ticks towards 10 seconds. Fajardo gives it to Rankin. Rankin pushes it ahead, and he'll get to the 20 with 5 seconds remaining.
See, to me, yeah, and they do. I get the whole clock stop, play at 0, but you don't want a chance right now. You got points, take the points. It's just smart football, especially the way Chase Bryce is playing.
There's an injured BC Lion on the field. That's Jonah Tavai.
If Tavai is out, the run game will open up quite a bit for Edmonton. He is a absolute run stopper on the inside. Dust, if I can go on a small rant right now.
Have at her, buddy.
Okay. We talked about before the game about Cody Fajardo being, I'm a big Cody Fajardo guy.
Well, it's this rant.
Okay. This guy is sitting right now, 18 of 21 for a $195 and a tutty. And he's going to get no love. And I will say this as well. There's a drop in there. He's 18 to 21 with a drop, Dustin.
Well, he's on pace for almost 400 yards in a game that has felt a little bit off offensively.
Correct. And I just, for the life of me, I do not understand why this man catches the bullets or the ricochets that he does. We all know about the Grey Cup win. Okay, the end of the game touchdown. Look at this thing. This is highest completion percentage of all time. Not this season, Dustin. Of all time. He has no run game today. It's all right. I'll just come out here and ball anyways. My name's Cody Fajardo, and that's what I do. And the rant's over.
Friday Night Football, fire from Luke Wilson. You've been waiting for the whole half.
I have been.
To get to that. Cody Fajardo and the Elks have a 16-7 lead here at the half. Fajardo's 18 of 21, as Luke mentioned. He's actually over 200 yards right now with a touchdown. It's the Elks defense that has been impressive as well, making it very tough. Now, not an easy spot for Chase Bryce to come into this game so early. Rourke goes out, Bryce comes in. This is one that he would definitely want back.
There's just no reason to take it. You know, it's not there. It wasn't there early. It wasn't there late. They're on top of it. And we all know that Ford can run. You know, even if it's a foot race. I think Ford can run.
He's standing by right now with Tom Gazzola.
Yeah, Dusty and Luke, Ford can also catch, and he had a pick in that first half. And Terrell, you guys gave up less than 100 yards of offense to the Lions there. What's clicking with you guys?
I mean, honestly, that don't matter. We're up 16-7. It's still a close game. So, I mean, we're doing our job defensively. Offensively, we got to be better.
Does the strategy change for you guys if it's Rourke or if it's Bryce?
Nope. Objective is to not let him score. Doesn't matter who's in.
Fair enough. Thanks, Terrell.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, Tyrell Ford and the Elks up 16-7. Like you mentioned, let's send it up to Kate and the panel.
All right, it is Bud Light at the half, and this is a new segment we have introduced where we redo the interview of what the player really meant. Milt, what's clicking out there?
We're playing against a backup quarterback, a guy who's basically never played in the CFL before.
That's exactly what Tyrell Ford wanted to say to you at home. Meanwhile, we've got ourselves a 16-7 football game.
Can I help our boy Luke Wilson out there? He's on a rant.
Yeah, go ahead, absolutely.
Luke, you know what? After that first half from Cody Fajardo, I'd like to formally put his ballot in for the Hall of Fame after that first half.
His bus will be right next to mine. Huh?
Kudos to Cody. He had 201 in the first half. The quarterbacking situation, as we know, on the opposite side, this is just not great. And look, we say this so many times, actually way too many times on this show. The one thing you just don't want in the CFL are these starting QBs going down. We've already seen it this season with Bo Levi Mitchell. Zach Claro's currently dealing with an injury as well. And now watching Nathan Rourke in that left shoulder on the very first drive of the game. And now we have Chase Bryce, who is 7 of 13, but the glaring stat in there is the 3 INTs, and the backups just right now, Milt, they're just not producing.
Yeah, and you never want to see any position on the field get hurt. But if a defensive lineman or a receiver or a DB gets hurt, a team can overcome that. But when your starting quarterback in the CFL gets hurt, that's a problem. Not only for the team, but for the CFL in general. We need our starting quarterbacks to be available because they make the game. There's no way you can win the CFL just by running the ball. You only have 3 downs. In the NFL, you can do that. You have 4 downs. But in the CFL, you have to be able to throw the ball. And if your backup quarterback can't get it done, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem. So let's hope Nathan Rourke is not out long term. And if he is, the backup, whoever it is, Salter or Bryce, can get it done, because otherwise it's definitely a problem. We can't keep losing these quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, and think we're going to have some good football if these backup quarterbacks aren't getting their job done.
It's kind of the gift and the curse when you look at the backup quarterback and how you call plays for that guy. And we saw it with Hamilton last week with Jake Dolegala. For me, if I'm looking at these quarterbacks right now, what I want to do and what I liked from Chase Bryce was the first play where he took the shot to Hatch. I love that because what he did, and I didn't see a lot of that with Jake Dolegala last week. I think that's why they went to Trey Ford. There's going to be a one-on-one somewhere. And when you've had that one-on-one, you got to find it and take it and give guys a chance to make plays. That's all you can ask for as a wide receiver is give me a chance to make plays. And I think Jake Dolegala has the skills to do that in Hamilton. I just think he was holding the ball too long. And I like the fact that Chase Bryce came out there, gave Hatch a chance, and threw that ball. Well,
he gave Trey Ford a couple of chances.
Exactly. That's my next point is the other side of that is that, sometimes these guys are not getting looks they like and they make mistakes. So if you're going to have a backup in there who doesn't have a ton of experience and you want them to take shots, which I think if you want to win games against good quarterback play, which is there's a lot of in this league right now, you're going to have to make plays down the field. But in doing that, you're going to know that this is what's going to happen. So, look, if I'm a coach and I'm a player, I'm going to go out shooting. And I like the fact that Chase Bryce is going to take those shots. Good for him. I mean, not to throw 3 picks, but I think you do have to be somewhat aggressive if you want to try to win the game.
There has to be some aggressiveness. Otherwise, you're just thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and you're always stuck in second and long. So you have to give him some opportunities, one-on-ones, heavy play action. You just throw the ball outside to create some explosive plays. Because if you don't give quarterbacks an opportunity to, just push the ball downfield using the strength of their arms, they're going to be behind the sticks all game. And second and long is terrible for a young quarterback. Now, big problem, you got to trust him that, that first interception or that deep ball post in the middle of the field should have never thrown it. So you got to have a trust level. What does this kid do well? What can we do? But for the BC Lions to have a chance to help a young quarterback, James Butler can't have 5 carries for 5 yards and 1 yard average. They have to help him and give him some opportunity to help because the defense has done a pretty good job of keeping them in this game.
Well, that's what I was going to say, too. I mean, they have shut down Rankin on the ground. Once again, he is still negative 3 yards, so let's give props to the BC defense, but how long can they keep doing it? I mean, they are going to get exhausted in the second half if they're on the field the entire time. But you know what? Let's give a little more love to the BC Lions because that's what we like to do here on the panel. It is the Bud Light easy call of the half. And look, for Chase Bryce, he just throws it up, and guess who you've got down there? You've got Keon Hatcher. It is a 40-yard grab, and this is what Hatch does best. It was one of the best plays for the Lions in the first half, maybe a little more in the second.
This play is unbelievable. So
Yeah, do the dash, do the dash, do the dash, yeah. Do the dash, do the dash, do the dash, yeah. Do the dash, do the dash, do the dash, yeah. Do the dash, I'm a winner, never coming last. Never coming last, never coming last. Opportunity is something that I never had. Never coming last, never coming last. I just tell them right behind me as I do the dash.
Tyson Philpott, the CFL's leading receiver.
Looks like a double pass. Touchdown. Wow. Tyler Snead to Tyson Philpott. Touchdown. Tyson Philpott. Wow. Touchdown, Montreal. Philpott fabulous again.
You are facing off against your brother. Is it amped up just a little bit?
You see your brother across the field, it turns me up a little bit more.
It is a Saturday doubleheader, and it kicks off in Calgary. Once again, it'll be the Philpott Bowl. Can't wait for this one. Stamps welcome the Alouettes to town. The Alouettes getting the better of the Stampeders last week. We'll see what happens this week. And then Saturday wraps up with the Toronto Argonauts, Chad Kelly in Hamilton to take on Trey Ford in the Hamilton Tiger Cats. No, it won't be Jake Dolegala. It will be Ford under center for the Tiger Cats. All eyes on that one. Jake Dolegala, 7-13. He had 122 yards, 1 INT, and Scott Milanovich opting to go with Trey Ford. Lapo, when you heard that decision, what was your thoughts?
I liked it a lot because I think Trey Ford has something. Jake Dolegala, everything has to be perfect from the pass game. This is a guy, Trey Ford, who can create, obviously with his legs, explosive plays. But the other thing he can do is, a couple of years ago when he was a starter in Edmonton, they had the best deep ball passing in the Canadian Football League. And you're like, why are they the best deep ball passers? Why is he scrambling around for an hour and a half and then the coverage breaks down and he creates the deep throws? So, there's a lot of great things in what he can do. Now, he has to prove to everybody, including himself, can he be an in-the-pocket passer? And that's the problem at times is, all the off-schedule things are amazing, but when he has to sit in the pocket, deliver a pass, he struggled that. Scott Milan's the right guy to give him that information.
When we looked at this game and we talked about that today a bit with Milt earlier, you made a good point. You said you thought that they have to let Trey play the way he's going to play.
Yep.
And I think that's probably not a pocket passer.
Yeah.
That's probably differently.
Yeah, you can't micromanage him if that's the correct term. You just got to let him go. And letting him go sometimes may be some mistakes, but you also know letting him go sometimes, as you mentioned, could be some big plays. So right. Scott Milanovich may be pulling out his hair sometimes, but he also may be cheering because this guy is capable of being great. Mm-hmm. Not greatness, but being great, making some great plays. So I'm excited to see what happens. I was a little surprised. I thought they would stick with Dolegala, and if he struggled, maybe put Trey in. But I'm not mad for them for putting Trey in. I'm not mad at all.
I kind of like the matchup, too, with the Toronto Argonauts defense. They've struggled this season as well. Hang on a minute. There are dogs running on the field. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is that one so much bigger? Of course he's going to win.
What is he on, Kate?
I think he's on PEDs. Can dogs be on that stuff?
Barry Bonds.
Edmonton looking to avenge their loss from a couple of weeks ago, their only loss of the season. They lead 16-7 at the half. BC Lions have some work to do. Head coach Buck Pierce standing by with Tom Gazzola.
Buck, I know it's hard to lose Nathan that early in the game. How much of a wrench does that throw into the offensive game plan for you?
We got to just keep playing. We believe in our guys. We need guys to step up. Defense special teams is playing tough right now. Just got to play cleaner in the second half.
A lot of QB experience and wisdom on your sideline. How do you talk Chase through this?
Yeah, that's what you do. Yep. He's prepared. He's all right. And guys around him just got to continue to raise their level of play as well.
Thank you, Buck.
Thanks.
Nathan Rourke watches on as his BC Lions find themselves trailing. Chase Bryce, 3 interceptions in the first half. And Edmonton will have the ball with the lead. And we are underway. Friday Night Football, second half action from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. This is Javon Leak. Leak pushing it out, hangs onto the ball, and takes it out to the 40. Cody Fajardo, pretty good first half, and this is about putting yourself in better spots than a couple weeks ago, isn't it?
Exactly, and you're going to see this right here, talking to Cody before the game, talking to Mark Killen, and say this is the biggest point of emphasis. A couple weeks ago, you see that. Second and long, 18 times. They had 20 times 0 or negative yards on first down. Today, right now, they've had 4 first downs on first down, and they've been 6 or less 3 times, only 7 more than that. And the 3 times they're 6 or less, 3 for 3 conversion. So that's staying on schedule for them.
Got to find something on first down. Fajardo throwing here. That's deflected at the line and falls incomplete.
Not good for the first down stat.
Fajardo was 86% passing in the first half of the game tonight. Pretty solid starts the half here with an incompletion.
Little batted ball, also not good for the 86% stat. He's
brings it down ever so slightly. This first play ruined everything we talked about at halftime. To be a 2nd and 10 for Fajardo and the Elks. BC sends 5. Fajardo feels the heat, and he's going to be grabbed and taken down. Darnell Sankey able to get there.
Yeah, you're going to see Sankey right up top here. So he's kind of outside of Betts. Comes in, Betts runs the inside move, kind of brings the right tackle in, and they just loop right off of it. That shouldn't happen up front. You know, you see he's in a blitzing position. We should at least have 2 guys or someone else sliding over there. That's a frustrating start if you're an Edmonton Elks offensive player, because you have the tip ball. And Dustin, it's not rocket science over here when you have Betts and Sankey looks like he's in a rushing position. It's close to line scrimmage. Protection-wise, you should be able to have something to pick that up.
First sack of the season for Sankey. Had a couple of tackles for losses as well. Had an interception last time they played. And if BC's going to win this football game, their defense is going to have to be pretty much lights out here in the second half.
Lights out. And when your star quarterback goes down, you have to find a way somewhere. So whether it's defense getting lights out or a turnover or special teams, hey, field position. Get this thing in one possession and hope to have that kind of last-minute crazy catch from Keon Hatcher, McKinnis, etc.
A chance to do something on special teams right here for Jayden Williams. Watches it fade to his right. And he is tripped up down the field. Nice tackle made there by Leonard Johnson. Here's a look at Chase Bryce and some turnovers in the first half of the game tonight.
Yeah, the first one was tough. Again, he got beat up front. I don't put that on him, but these next 2, I would like him to play a little more. I don't know if conservative, I use the term game manager, but just kind of understand it's not there. We can't force anything right now. We're getting after him.
Got to get in his head.
That's what they say, though. When a quarterback throws a pick, somebody goes, block the QB. You know, go get after him a little bit.
James Butler just 5 yards rushing in the first half. Bryce kept this one, looking for McKinnis, and that falls incomplete, 2nd and 10.
If you're a BC Lions fan and you're watching that play right there unfold, that is something you see a lot with Nathan. But what makes it so much tougher when Nathan is doing it is that he will also tuck and run the ball. So it's another option. You can hand the ball off. You can throw the snag, which you just tried to throw the little 5-yard hook. You can throw the flat. Or with Nathan, you can also run. So you have another thing to defend. Chase Bryce, not so much on that last option of running.
BC just 1 for 8 on 2nd down in this game. Bryce, Senecal, and that should be enough. And it will be enough for a BC Lions first down. Give them 11.
Yeah, kind of a nice rub concept here. I've actually never seen. For a second, I thought it was an ME or a mental error, but they were just kind of slow playing it to get Senecal open to the flat. It was really unique 3-man concept that popped open Nick Senecal.
That's his team high 3rd catch of the game for 32 yards. Hatcher has a couple of catches for 59, including the big 40-yarder that set up the only touchdown of the game for the Lions. Now from the 44, they'll let that one one go right to Poissant, and he's able to get about half of what they need. And second and manageable here for BC.
And again, we talk about game management right now, and I'm going to continue to say it, one, because I do love game managers. But right now, if you're Chase Bryce, get us a field goal. You're kind of creeping into that range, and you need a couple more first downs. But all of a sudden, if you can muster up a field goal here, get this into one possession game, it becomes anyone's game. You know, you don't have a big run game, so this second down here to me is extremely crucial.
Creeping towards midfield, he'll have 4 options. Out to his right, Edmonton sends the house, gets it away, and that'll be enough for a first down as he got it into the hands of the former Edmonton Elk, Urgimayala.
So again, you're going to see this. Everyone's coming. So we got cover 0 again. Look at everybody. It's a great job. And we replace the blitzer with the ball. So I don't mind that there's a free hitter on this cover 0 look. It's an outbreaking route. We've said this before. Against cover 0, everyone has inside leverage. You want to find that outbreaking route. Bryce does. And all of a sudden, maybe that halftime's kind of cleared his mind a little bit. It looks pretty sharp on this first drive.
This is the longest drive for Bryce and the Lions tonight. Ground. In fact, it goes the wrong way. It's a loss of 2 to Butler, who's now down to 3 yards rushing in this game.
Yeah, and you look at this. I'll say this. It's tough. It's very, very tough when you come in and back up Nathan Rourke, and then when your star running back has 6 attempts for 4 total yards, you're certainly not helping Chase at all.
Butler basically did whatever he wanted against Edmonton in Kelowna. Now he's going to pop out into the slot to the right for Bryce. It'll be empty for the quarterback. Gets that one away, and it's intercepted again. Things go from bad to worse for BC and Bryce. Kenneth Logan Jr. has his first of the season, and it's 4 INTs for Bryce. Edmonton's defense does it again. Kenny Logan, 3 interceptions last year. His first of the season just happened.
Yeah, that's it. If you watch this here, so here's the first down line, okay? And every single BC guy is running a deep sit, which is basically get to the first down and sit it down. But what Chase Bryce needs to realize here is that there's only a 4-man rush, which means that all 3 linebackers will be sitting underneath. So it's not a great play call. You need to give the chess match to Edmonton on that, but your only option becomes outside, because you're going to have guys like Logan float right underneath and pick it off.
Now they'll get it out to Leak. He's wrapped up maybe a yard on the play. That is the 20th turnover created by the Edmonton defense this year. Tops in the league. They were first in the league coming in with 16. And they tacked on 4 more here, and we're just early in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and it just seems like they're one step ahead, both, you know, speed-wise, but also from a play calling standpoint. You know, that would have been a great play call, offensive play call versus cover 0, but not against an 8-man zone drop.
Second and 8 for Fajardo. Pressure in his face, had to move it quickly, and that one is a little bit too far away from Keon Julian Grant, and Julian will have to come out and kick this away for Edmonton.
Yeah, you're going to watch at the top of your screen here. They kind of show Sankey coming from one side, and they bring it the other way. And that's how you have a free hitter. Cody does see it and tries to get the ball out that way, but clearly not on the same page as his receiver.
Jaden Williams and Jermaine Jackson back to receive this kick from Julian. Lays it out there from about his own 47. It's a 50-yard kick. And the return just outside the 15. They're going to blow him down. He got up and kept going, but they blowing him down just outside the 15-yard line. Cody Fajardo, pretty good game so far, but they got to him that time. Welcome back to Commonwealth Stadium, Edmonton. Jaden Williams on the return there. Didn't think he was down. We'll give him bonus points for athleticism here. How about this, Luke?
Yeah. Look at this. Spin, nothing touches but his head. Wrist stays up, shoulder doesn't hit. I might
Hear him wave and say, no, I wasn't down.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, you got that big helmet on. You're not thinking of your actual head. You're always thinking, hey, don't put the forearm or the...
That's Dennis McKnight, the new special teams coordinator for the Lions. Brought in after a rocky start for their special teams this season. We'll go back to Butler here, and nothing on either side. This is really remarkable. Butler and Rankin have done nothing on the ground in this football game.
Yeah, it is really strange in that sense, but what I don't understand here is this is your strong side linebacker that is unblocked. So as an offensive guy, you know, Dustin, you're learning I love offensive ball. You want to talk about bad ball. When you have a scheme where you don't block the Sam linebacker and you're running in that direction, you can't ask for much.
What really are you expecting in that
It's not going to go well.
They got a yard out of it. It's 2nd and 9. Bryce goes over the middle, and that one looked like Butler wasn't ready for it. Caught him off guard, and he couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, this is a tough one because Bryce sees it. They bring some pressure here, and he replaces the blitzer with the ball, and like you said, it looked like Butler wasn't expecting that football to be thrown to him.
That doesn't help Bryce. He's 10 of 19 for 115 and 4 interceptions, and good field position looming here for the home side as Javon Leake stands on his own 45. This kick, though, it's a good one, a very good one. That'll back him up. 62-yard kick. Leak on the far sideline, tiptoe on the line, and steps out of bounds on the far side of the field as Friday Night Football rolls on from Edmonton. Well, there is no doubt about it that football runs in the family for Jackson Finley. For more on this, let's send it down to Tom Gazzola.
Yeah, his CFL roots run deep, like really deep. Get this, guys. Jackson Finley's great-grandfather, Stephen, played for the Ticats in the 1935 Grey Cup. His grandpa, Greg, was an all-star with the Lions, won a Grey Cup with the Lions in 1964. His dad, Anthony, and his uncle, Brooks, also played in the league. Brooks with the Lions as well, and now in his 2nd year, he's following in the footsteps of his football forefathers. He says you got to dream big to do it. He's also dreaming big off the field. You guys, Dusty, you asked him, what are you doing? What are you trying to get into? Pediatric medicine in his off time, guys. That's very impressive, and who knows, maybe in 20 and 25 years, we're talking about the 5th generation of Finley in the CFL.
Big Western football guy. You know, it was kind of fun talking to him. I had a brother that played at Western, a little older than Jackson, but he said, really felt like Western and Paul Gleason, their defensive coordinator, prepared him to have this early success that he's had. So, big Western football.
Drafted just last year, the 2025 draft, and has stepped in. And look at this, there is nowhere to go. BC Lions got everybody on him. Finley's been involved a little bit in stopping that run game tonight as well. But yeah, drafted 16th overall in 2025. And now sitting here, we asked him this week, I said, who's your biggest influence? Like, who's the guy you could lean on a little bit? And he said TJ Lee. And I'm not sure you can have a better guy to lean on than a 12-year vet.
I was
TJ
just going to say, 12 years, you've seen a lot of things in this league.
That helps a guy who's just establishing himself as a starter on this Lions defense. 2nd and 14, another one of those 2nd and longs for Fajardo. This time he's going to look for more over the middle, trying to find Austin Mack. And there's a flag back by Cody.
Roughing the passer, BC number 91, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Nathan Cherry, the guilty party on this one.
Yeah, he does a nice job getting in there. You see him rip through. Dustin.
Go ahead.
I think he's been hit worse today. I'll say that.
I would agree with that.
There's Finley. Nice job there on Max, staying on top, making it a contested catch.
It's a first down for Edmonton. Fajardo.
Yes, sir.
That one in the general direction of Keon Julian Grant, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I'll say this, Cody, and obviously on that big Cody Fajardo rant, I think he was 18-21 to end the half. He's currently sitting 19 for 25. It's been tough. They've been all sorts out of sorts these first couple drives here. They look kind of discombobulated at times on different pages, which has been weird because they have not looked like that in the first half whatsoever. And they're in second and long again, Dustin.
All night long, this time 2nd and 10. He'll go to Rankin. Rankin gets a block, and he's got a first down. That's where he's been effective so far tonight. That's his 6th catch of the game. This one goes for 13. He's got 46 yards through the air.
Yeah, it's such a backbreaker here because this is not exactly what you're trying to get done. So we're just going to see a little kind of bubble, call it swing out of Rankin. He's actually in protection. So I know he leaves right away because it's only a 4-man rush. So he's looking at the blitzer. Nobody comes. We just get out and give an option. And 2nd and 10, if you're Mike Benavides, the defensive coordinator, you're expecting you can rally and tackle a swing.
Fajardo this time comes the other way and staying on his feet. Cephas, eventually they'll take him down, but that extra effort puts them in a 2nd and short situation.
This is a very cool play design. So they're going to try and fake the swing this time to Rankin to the right and come back to a tunnel screen. But I'll say this, McKenna had a great shot to blow the whole play up and just missed the tackle. You know, it's a great job by Cephas kind of breaking through there. Again, I will say this, they clearly went and studied the film, that being Edmonton, and Coach Max Simic, the offensive coordinator, kind of finding creative ways to get yards.
Carter O'Donnell, we believe, is down on the field here. As they take a look at him, we'll step away from Commonwealth. The World Cup continues with 3rd place matches. France takes on England tomorrow at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. Watch live on TSN only.
Dustin, I'm not a big soccer guy, but could you imagine if that was for the World Cup, France-England?
Oh, man. Like, that's for 3rd place, but neither of those nations want to lose to the other one, so
correct,
it should be good.
Correct.
Carter O'Donnell to the tent. Got up, walked off on his own, which is a good sign, but he slides into the tent. Chris Pashula, 6'3", 314 out of the University of Calgary, slides in at the left guard position. 2nd and 1, and they will give it to Rankin in the short yardage, and I don't think he got it. It'll be close. I think it'll be 3rd and inches here.
That is the one bright spot you can take if you're a BC Lions fan right now. I mean, even on short yardage, we're having a hard time getting it. The Elks, this run defense is special.
This time it's Fajardo, does it himself, and he'll pick up the first down for Edmonton as they drive the field here with 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Dustin, I'm not a mathematician, but I'll say this right now. If you're Edmonton and you're talking about situation, understanding the game, you got to find a way to punch one in here, finish this drive, and I would also go for 2. I'd get this into a 3-possession game because that's going to change the play calling ability that Buck Pierce has. But it is still early, and you still got to score.
Fresh step from the 35, fakes the handoff, quickly gets it to Austin Mack, who takes it down inside the 20. 3rd catch of the game for Mack.
This is awesome, Dusty. You know, you sit here and you watch a little fake. Okay, I've got my one-on-one matchup outside. Cody Fajardo talked about that earlier in the week. Hey, I love having Austin Mack in one-on-one situations. He's taking that every time. Mack wins on a slant route. Nice 18-yard completion.
Gives him 29 in the game. Bit of a quiet game from Austin Mack. Lions are going to bring a little bit of pressure. Cody drops off. Had to dump it off quickly. Was looking for TJ Luther. but it falls incomplete here in their 4th trip into the red zone today.
Cody's going to want this one back, so the pressure does come from up top in this area here, okay? But we want that on purpose. Again, you've got the perfect play call. You just got to float that ball a little more, and Luther's off and running. You can see he knows he missed it.
There's a little bit more air on it, right?
Yes,
yeah.
And he slides the line the other way. Again, a little kind of play action. If he puts a little air, especially a guy like Luther, he's going to catch that thing and get rolling.
Thomas Oliver down. Looks like they're stretching him out. Maybe a little bit of a cramp. He was a pick of the Carolina Panthers, a 7th rounder a few years back now in Detroit minicamp in 24 out of Florida International. Trying to lock down a job here at the corner for the Lions. We got some ice on the leg of O'Donnell. They've already had some injuries on the offensive line. Missing Woodmansey, missing Beard. Now O'Donnell out for at least a little bit here as he's getting iced up.
Yeah, and we mentioned it early in the first quarter, but Carter O'Donnell is 6th in the league with lowest pressure rating allowed, only 2.7. He's really been great this season in pass protection.
Cody Fajardo sacked coming into the game just 6 times this year. He's been sacked a couple of times in this one. 2nd and 10, trying to keep this drive alive. And flags do fly as the ball was snapped.
Procedure. Edmonton number 53, 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Brendan Bordner, the left tackle. A little too early on that one.
Yeah, and that's going to be, you're going to happen right here. But the key is, look who he's going against. You know, Betts, we talked about it. He's been really jumping the snap count. He's been getting speed rush going. So that's what happens as the game goes on. You're like, hey, he's jumping our cadence. I'm going to try and get a split second early. And you're just too soon and cost your team 5 yards.
9th play of the drive for Edmonton. 2nd and long. They'll go to Cephas. A little hesitation, trying to push it ahead. And he'll be knocked out of bounds just inside the 10.
So this is decision time right now, especially because you have it. We got enough yards where I don't think it looks like they're moving on the field goal team. To me, on 3rd down here, we at least try and draw them offside. You'll come out here, make some fake calls, take the 5-yard penalty. Field goal posts are at the front of the end zone. It's a chip shot, whether you're on the 7 or the 12, you're expecting to make that kick. You never know. Maybe someone's tired, they jump offside.
It might be worth it just to take it. You got Rankin lurking around back there. They're a little bit worried.
Put a little eye candy motion on it, you know.
Now it's a 16-yard attempt. And they knock it through. The lead grows to 12 for Edmonton, trying to do something they haven't done very often against BC. And that is win a football game. They are 1-12 in their last 13 versus the Lions. Buck Pierce is a perfect 4-0 in his head coaching career against Edmonton. Here's a look at the last 4 games between the two clubs.
I got a feeling that this might be in a bit of trouble. This record could be going down. It's only a 12-point lead, so lots of time left.
There's a long drive for Edmonton. Bryce gets the ball back here, trailing by a dozen. Drops it off to Horvath, who's a big body, and he's just going to rumble it all the way over midfield with a little bit of help along the way.
This is the infamous shovel pass, and it's the perfect play call because they bring a blitz. It's Logan Jr., the Sam linebacker, comes. So you're going to see Logan Jr. right here shoot this thing, and it looks like it's going to be a big play, but then we slide across with Horvath. You see Horvath slide across. There's a shovel, and it's an explosive run play. So in a game where you struggle to run the football regularly, Buck Pierce dials up a little shovel pass, and it certainly works.
Went for 19 yards. 1st and 10 from the Edmonton 51. And again, right up the middle. Horvath, who's a different type of running back compared to Butler. This guy, 6'3", 230 pounds. And he already has multiple touchdowns, both through the air and on the ground this season.
Yeah, and I can see why they're going to that. It's been a bit more of a physical contest, just kind of hoping he can burst through there. And we talked about it a lot, but keep him in second and manageable situations.
Horvath stands in to the left of Bryce. Keon Hatcher at the top of your screen. No catches in the game yet for Justin McInnis. Bryce throwing as Senecal puts on the brakes, pushes it ahead, and it's a first down for the Lions. His 4th catch of the game for Nick Senecal. And BC with a little bit of momentum as we hit the end of the 3rd quarter at Commonwealth and Friday Night Football. It is the Elks leading the Lions 19-7, but BC trying to knock on the door here and get themselves back in this one. Fourth quarter action coming up here in Edmonton. It's the Elks leading the Lions by an even dozen, and they've got 13 points off turnovers in this game.
Yeah, Dustin, and I know I continue to talk about this being a game manager, but I'd like you to do me a favor. If you're ever in an argument with a friend and you're talking about a quarterback and use the term game manager and they say it's disparaging, I want you to just pause and look at them and say, you don't know anything about football. I want you to be very blunt about it, because that stat shows you if these turnovers were all avoidable minus the first one, this game would be a completely different situation if we weren't forcing the ball down the field as far as BC goes.
For that forced pass late in a quarter that led to some points.
Led to points, and now you're sitting here and you're down 12 when really you should be in a 1-possession game. So you're gonna do me that favor, though, right?
I will. I'm gonna find a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna set them up.
Yeah.
And then when they come in and say, you know nothing about football.
Exactly. Exactly. Just like you know nothing about
I would
football.
encourage viewers across the country to do the same. Let's see how it goes. Start the you know nothing about football movement. Here's Bryce. Oh, he's in trouble, but he escapes. Now he's on the run to his right, looks down the field, finds a man. Senecal again. They'll track him down, trying to strip it out as DeBlanco, but he hangs on. And there is Chase Bryce making something out of what could have been a disaster.
Yeah, this is an awesome play by him. So what they have is kind of a clear out and an inside, I call it a deep dagger, but it's like a 15-yard in, and both of them are gloved. Edmonton's on it, they clamp this thing down. So Bryce like, man, we tried to play action, we got a bunch of blockers in here. What do I do now? I just make a play. It's completely off schedule. Find Senecal. That's a tremendous job right there, getting out of a play that was not open whatsoever.
22 yards to Senecal. We're back in the red zone for just the 2nd time tonight. Very much still in this football game. Bryce, pressure right away, throws it with his left hand. And it is completed. Oh, he got that one away just in time. And he finds McInnis for the first time tonight.
Who is this man? Who is this man? He's heating up. Maybe he's a 4th quarter guy. Okay, and I'll say this, it's not easy to throw when you have Malik Carney chasing you down. So he just says, that was a nice spiral,
nice
too.
spiral. Maybe he's a lefty.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. That's pretty sweet. Keeps him in second and medium here.
A little smile from his starting quarterback, Nathan Rourke. Not sure they do that in practice. 2nd and 5 for Bryce. Elks in 5, deep drop, gets it away to the end zone, got it! Touchdown BC! Hatcher, if you can believe it, his first of the season, and the Lions have life.
Dustin, it's a great corner out by Hatcher. Again, you're going to see Bryce sees it. Watch his head. He knows exactly where he's trying to go. Ball's a little inside, but and we talked about this, Hatcher does such a great job, and he's been this way forever, where he can make that underneath stuff happen. But when I say he plays big, that to me is a receiver playing big. He knows how to kind of use his body in space and shield the defender so he can have an easier, less contested catch.
Sean White's to make it a 5-point ball game. And he smooths it through, and the BC Lions aren't going anywhere. A Bryce drive that they simply had to have ends up in the hands of the reliable Keon Hatcher. Six plays, 70-yard drive that took just over 3 minutes for Chase Bryce.
You want to talk about grit. He obviously hasn't had the greatest game thus far, but he makes a massive play here, getting out of a play, scrambling, having a huge explosive game. Then he comes right back and says, listen, I can make my plays right-handed or left-handed. A little spiral action. And then he reads this thing right. It's a good route by Keon Hatcher. Gets the ball in a good spot where Keon can make a great play on it. And all of a sudden, it's been a bit of a sleepy game at times. Has become a 5-point game with under 13 to go.
Since his last interception, 5 of 6 for a touchdown. Now a little bit of a bobble. That'll be picked up and brought back up the field by Isaiah Knight. And a 5-point game, as Luke said, with just under 13 minutes left for an Edmonton team that hasn't done much offensively in the second half of this football game.
And they just look all out of sorts. Even special teams. It's a very good special teams unit. They have a miscommunication right there. But I'll say this, Dustin, you know I'm a big Cody guy. These are the kind of games where Cody always comes up big. These gritty, kind of greasy games, I like to call them. 5-point lead, fourth quarter. Let's see what this man, Cody Fajardo, can get done here.
He's 23 of 30 for 256 and a touchdown in this one. He's going to take it himself this time on the run, looking for the 25. And he'll end up being pushed out at the 28. It goes for 9 yards, second and short.
Could be wrong, but I think he's their leading rusher now.
Actually, I know earlier said you're not a mathematician, but you're right. He is their leading rusher.
He is their leading rusher with that bad boy right there. Just a little inside zone read. He's reading the head man line scrimmage, pulls the ball, gets out. And we're in a second and short. They got the short yardage package in.
Yeah, it'll be Snyder coming into the game, looking to pick up a yard. Didn't get a huge push, but should be enough.
Number 14, Cole Snyder.
Cody Fajardo, throughout most of his career, bit of a dual threat guy, and he needs one more rushing touchdown to join the 150 club.
Can we look at this board? Can we just look at some of the names on the board? I'm going to have a rant again.
It's okay.
I'm going to have a rant again.
It's all right. Damon Allen, Matt Dunnigan, Henry Burris, Doug Flutie, Tracy Hand, Kerry Joseph, Michael Riley, and Cody Fajardo, one rushing touchdown away from joining that elite group.
Yeah, that's some pretty special names. Again, I know I'm all over this guy, Cody, but stats don't lie.
This one is deflected. They still haul it in, but after the catch, it pops out and BC's on it. What a turn of events here in Commonwealth. Matt Spadney finds the loose ball. And the 21-year-old rookie is able to secure it. And the BC Lions in business once again.
Dustin, this is kind of a wild one, so you're going to end up faking kind of a swing or a sweep to the right. You'll see this right here. Okay, so we fake to the right, and then as we roll this, it's a tunnel screen backside. So there's your fake kind of pitch. Its timing's a little off. The ball's tipped, but then caught. And I was hoping it was going to be the Bruce Lee 6-inch punch, which you know I love, but I think it's just your hat on the ball. You put your hat on the ball here, that'll pop it up. Oh!
That's exactly what happened. And now back. This drive starts inside the red zone. Walking the line on the far side. Mayala and BC with a touchdown here can take the lead just like that.
It's almost shocking based on how this first half went and even most of the third quarter, but we talked about it, Dustin. When you get in that one possession, all it takes is one play and this game flips on its head.
Bryce playing with confidence here after throwing that fourth interception. He's dialed it in a little bit, giving his team a chance with Rourke watching from the sidelines. Second and 3. Butler stands in behind his quarterback. They'll fake the handoff. Bryce right over the middle. Almost intercepted. Almost threw a fifth. It was Cordell Jackson who got a little turned around and in the back of the end zone, and in the end, it's incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he sees here. So as we roll this thing, it's a bit of a. He's got him early, but I don't even know how to dissect that. I don't know why the ball would be thrown in that general area. On that route, it's not a play you could quote-unquote back shoulder. You either need to rip it in there right away, kind of right out of the break, or potentially float one over everyone's head and go for a backline catch. That one's got me out of sorts. I'll say out of sorts. Yeah, flabbergasted. That's a great adjective.
Friday Night Football flabbergasting here in Edmonton. Sean White knocks that one through, and we've got a 2-point game on Friday Night Football to kick off Week 7 in the Canadian Football League. Bryce missing his man. Well, it's Friday Night Football that gets the week started, but lots of good stuff still to come. We got the rematch in Montreal and Calgary. That one will be in Calgary, and that's part of a doubleheader. Argos and Ticats in the Hammer to wrap up on Saturday, and then Bombers and Red Blacks on Sunday.
So I want you to look right in here, in this area right there, kind of eyeball this. You're going to see Cordell Jackson actually face smash someone right there. Boom! Just happened, and that's why the Elks are now starting on the 25 and not the 40.
Fajardo gets it out to Julian Grant through his hands, and incomplete. Julian Grant's been targeted 6 times, has just 1 catch in this game.
I'll tell you this, Dustin. Somehow the Elks have transformed into the bad news Bears. You come out here, you get a nice stop after the turnover, force a field goal, and then you give up a free 15 yards the other way on a face mask. We're dropping balls. The offense looks completely out of sync. It has been such a strange stark difference in the first half.
Long lead stands in to the left of Fajardo. BC's going to bring some pressure. Cody gets it away, and lunging ahead. That looks like enough for a first down from Austin Mack. That's a playmaker right there.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable job here. Here's Mack. He's going to basically come up and push in, and it's cover 0 again. So here we go. Boom, he comes in. They actually trade that off. I take it back. I thought it was cover 0. They even tricked me. Cody sees it. And right there, that extra effort is the first down. What a tremendous job by Mack. Well, they got me on that. I thought they were bringing the house. Little 6-man pressure with zone play behind it.
Sold it nicely.
Yes.
Now Fajardo dumps it off to League with a big burst right up the middle, and he'll find midfield. How about that?
There's that lightning we're talking about. He's got a special burst. Nothing too special. Uh-oh, he's limping a little bit. Nothing too special here. He sees it. Check down. Sankey's kind of pushing out to the flat. And you're on enemy territory now in the 54.
League will come to the sideline. Justin Rankin checks back into the game. He's had just 5 carries in this game. They've gone for -6 yards. They'll give it to him again. Got a couple of yards. Hung on to that football. He's fumbled a couple this year. Gets a few yards, and it'll be 2nd and about 7, maybe 8.
It's one of the few positive run plays he's had. Again, Mike Benavides is just, the run defense has been great all year, but they have bottled up Justin Rankin.
This sounds crazy, Luke, but that's his longest play of the night.
Yeah.
Rankin, like on the ground. That is Rankin's longest rush of the night. Here's a look at maybe why. I mean, Edmonton runs the ball better than anybody in the league, but BC has stopped the run better than anybody in the league, and right now tonight BC's winning this battle.
Yeah, and I believe including all the short yardage stuff, I think Edmonton has 15 total yards. I think my math might be a little, they get the live stats, might be.
The live stats can be slightly not so yards. Live at times. There's an injured BC Lion down on the field, and that is Spatney, who came up with the fumble recovery. He's going to be okay. He'll hop up and limp off the field. Benavides' defense keeping this team in this game tonight, when in the first half their offense was basically stuck in neutral. In fact, it was probably hurting them more than anything.
Again, you got to tip your cap. I always like kind of a good revenge moment. There's a lot of pundits, I'll call them pundits, Dusty, that were really very tough on Mike Benavides after a couple weeks. Certainly got to be patting him on the back tonight if you're a BC Lions fan.
BC Lions defense, first in the league, defending against the run. But they have not been able to get much pressure, just 4 sacks on the season. However, they do have a couple tonight. 2nd and 8 for Fajardo. Looks like BC jumped the gun here. Fajardo has a completion. Nice move, pushing it ahead, and that'll be a first down back to Cephas. And Cephas is having the best game of his young CFL career.
The Edmonton receivers are really making guys miss after the catch, which is a big ordeal.
Offside. Edmonton number 3. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Oh, so this is going to go against Austin Mack the other way.
Well, watch it. He's at the bottom of the screen here. He looks like he's lined up offside. And he goes. That's a tough one because you got the first down there. For a veteran guy, that's a real tough. And look at that penalty yardage. Stark contrast there. Edmonton has been very sloppy.
We'll see here. We're being told that the league's taking a look at it because there's a member of the BC. That's what I thought. The BC Lion edge rusher jumped early, and now we're being told the league's taking a look at it to see if maybe these are offsetting penalties here.
We're going to kind of look at the top kind of, I think it's right here is what we're thinking.
On the previous play, there were 2 fouls. Offside.
That's the most blatant penalty I've seen. I don't know how we missed it.
On the previous play, there were 2 fouls. Offside. Edmonton number 3. Defensive offside. BC number 9. We're going to replay 2nd down from the previous line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
Dustin, you saw it.
I saw it. I thought that was what the penalty was. I didn't see the Mac part of it.
I mean, that was clearly offside as well. I mean, both penalties were legit.
So, yada, yada, yada. It's 2nd and 8.
And we're back.
Fajardo waiting in the gun. Rankin to his left. That is batted down by Williams, who I believe was the guy who was offside the play before. So a little redemption there for Deontay Williams.
Yeah, you're going to see him at the top of the screen right here. Okay, and they're bringing everybody. Rankin takes the inside guy, which is Haggerty, and that is the free hitter, as I like to call it. Williams does a good job getting his hands up.
Jaden Williams, Jermaine Jackson back to return this kick for BC. Julian stands on his own 44. Not much of a wind here. And he'll send this one up end over end, and that'll be taken right at the 5 by Jackson. And he's wrapped up immediately. Great work downfield by Johnson. And BC is backed up as the sun begins to set on Friday Night Football in Edmonton. It was the dog days of summer night here at Commonwealth. And there are dogs all over the stadium. They're having the time of their life, Luke. They really are.
Are you a big dog guy?
Had dogs on our farm as a kid, but not since. But I do prefer dogs to cats. I know that frustrates some people, but that's just my hot take on the night.
I'm like, I know it sounds a bit absurd, but I'm not a big animal guy. I don't prefer any of them.
I could do
not
without any of them.
Not that I have anything against animals. I just never kind of grew up with them.
And the dogs here, though, they've had a wonderful Friday night. And they're set for a great finish. Just over 6 minutes to go. This drive starts on the 5 for the BC Lions, and a quick hitter on the out to Mayala.
I'll tell you what I do like right now. If you're a CFL fan or an Edmonton fan, the side opposite of the camera, which is right in front of us, is decently filled tonight.
It's pretty
here
packed tonight
in Edmonton. And they're getting pretty loud right now. They're getting pretty loud.
Trying to get behind this defense. Some threats, some storms. Are we up there?
I think we're up there.
Right at the top of your screen, everybody. There we are.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. This is a 2nd and 3. They'll move Horvath up. Trying to push him over the top. Pushing ahead.
What am I missing here?
And that's going to be 3rd down.
Dustin, help me out. What am I missing?
To be honest with you, man, I don't know what that was about.
It was a long 3. I guess, they got enough to do it again, but...
Yeah, this was not. Yeah, this was 3 yards. And just decided to try to push it ahead. Now I guess they'll do it again.
And it's a long one here.
Horvath steps up, trying to push it ahead, goes over the top and breaks through. Would not be denied, and it's a 1st down for the BC Lions.
Horvath's on a mission right now. I thought he got stopped there for a sec, but a 2nd effort and then 3rd effort on top of that.
Shades of Tommy Stevens. With the Riders there.
He's the GOAT at this right now. Look, big hit there, stays up. There's your 3rd effort. The Tommy Stevens, Mark Mueller 4-minute offense is really spectacular to watch.
Taking the lead by storm.
Yeah, I really enjoy what they're doing when that kind of kill the game offense comes out there.
BC not in a spot to kill this game. They're trying to keep it alive, trailing by a couple. Just over 4 to go. Elks send for Bryce, gets it away, and that is incomplete. J.J. Ross had a beat on that one, but couldn't get there.
Dustin, forgive me here. There's just, because of the 4 interceptions, it felt like there was going to be potentially number 5. I'm just not sure what we're seeing here. I get that that's there, but we're a bit late. And it's not a great run route, I should say. We slip out of it.
It looked like J.J. Ross had actually overran it, trying to get back to the defender. If he'd just gone straight back,
yes,
he would have had it, and that would have been 6 the other way.
I'm a little nervous right there.
2nd and 10. Bryce gets this one away, and that is broken up by J.J. Ross. Now I wonder if they will throw a flag here, or a challenge flag. Did he arrive on the back ever so slightly early?
I didn't think so, but we're going to see it here. So this is where we're looking. Top of the screen here. It's just kind of a sit route. 5-yard hitch. We're kind of floating in there. We're sitting on it. Ooh. A little earlier than I thought.
They are going to challenge it. I only bring this up because we've seen this a couple of times over the last few weeks. And I think the results have actually both gone in opposite directions. So we'll see how this one plays out.
Some of this stuff gets so gray for me.
This is one of those, right?
BC's challenging the previous play. They believe there was defensive pass interference on their receiver number 29. The play will be reviewed.
So we'll give you a few more looks at this.
Like, it looks clean from that side, but on this view here,
to me, it looks like there was contact a little bit early.
Yes.
How much did it stop him from still being able to catch this ball anyway? Like I said, the last couple of weeks, we've seen a couple of these similar plays, and I believe one was said that it was pass interference, and the other one they said it wasn't.
What's funny is I think Ross was expecting the ball to be thrown inside, and it's like inaccurate that it kind of jammed him up.
Let's get the call.
Upon review by the replay center, defensive pass interference, Edmonton number 29, a 10-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
3.5 minutes to go. BC down by 2, and they'll get a fresh set of downs after the challenge successful for Buck Pierce.
Yeah, that's a pretty big break there. Even getting 10 yards. Just
they need to get into field goal range, right?
Yes.
Bryce goes over the middle. He's got Hatcher, and that should be enough for another BC first down. That'll go for 11 into the hands of Hatcher. That puts him over 80 on the night. And that will bring us to the 3-minute warning here in the fourth quarter as the Lions creep towards field goal range for Sean White. Trailing by 2 to the Elks in Edmonton on Friday Night Football. Now there's former Edmonton kicker Sean White in his old stomping grounds, warming up on the sideline. There would project have to get to about the 48. His career long is 55. His long this season, though, is 43, and he has not attempted a field goal from outside of 50 yet this year. Yep. All things to keep in mind as this drive rolls on.
Thus far, the ball has definitely not jumped off his foot on some of the extra points. So they got a long way to go still.
Lions have outscored the Elks 10-0 here in the fourth quarter. Bryce gets it away. First tackle doesn't work. Second one will come in and help as Poisson is wrapped up after a gain of about a yard.
This next play here is where Chase Bryce can kind of change an narrative of how he played. Obviously, you're under 3 minutes. You're down 2. You're at your own 40, and it's 2nd and 9 now. You know, you make a big play in this moment and lead a field goal drive. Those 4 picks get forgotten very quickly.
Now, all they care about is the one in the win column if he can get it done. Another tight one here in the Canadian Football League to start this season. 2nd and 9 for Bryce. Elks will send 5. Goes right over the middle, and it's broken up. Was looking for McInnes, who wants a flag. Not going to get it. Cordell Jackson locking him up.
I'll say this, Dustin. We talked about the beginning of the game, but Cordell Jackson is second in the league in lowest completion percentage. This is man coverage. So you see McInnes, series number 18. He's going against Cordell. Like, that's not a PI. There's no world where that's a PI. And I get it's a backup situation, but you got to know matchups. The motion should have told you was man coverage. They're challenging it. I don't know about this challenge.
Well, they're going to roll this back for a PI challenge, too. Buck's going to say grabbed his shirt. We'll have to get a look at it much, much closer.
And again, talk about this being a student of the game. When you see man coverage, I'm just not going after.
BC is challenging the previous play for defensive pass interference. The play will be reviewed.
You're not attacking Cordell Jackson.
He's second in the league.
Yeah.
No, there's no world. Like, I get that there's a small jersey, at least for me. McInnes initiates the original contact.
Looking at it from this way, you would not know if he grabbed that jersey or not. You know, like, it did not impact McInnes in any fashion.
And that's the thing. Even with the jersey, like on the earlier one, there was an impact, or I say a slingshot, when sometimes the defenders look at slick and they grab the hip, you can clearly see the body move. McInnes there, it's not affected.
Just one catch in this game for McInnes. Here's the call. It's a big one.
Upon review, the ruling on the field stands. BC has charged a timeout, and they're out of challenge. 3rd down.
Cordell Jackson loves it. And Sean White will have to wait. The Lions will kick this away and play defense with 2.5 left on the game clock. Javon Leak lurking back at his own 20. Gets it away cleanly. Leak backed up to his 15. 54-yard kick. Leak goes up and is taken down right around the 25. And Justin Rankin has had the ball on the ground 6 times in this game. They've stopped him. Do you think they should have stuck with him a little bit more? Or just not getting anything, try something else?
Yeah, I think just because it's been twice against this team, try something else. Dustin, I'll say right now, I call it 4-minute mode, but when you're in the bleed the clock mode, right now you want easy completions, high percentage throws, and obviously running the football and ball security. You want to snap the ball with around 4 seconds left on the play clock.
Let that clock tick down. They'll go to Rankin. Initial contact in the backfield, but he breaks it, pushing it ahead, still going, and that is a first down. His longest run of the night. And it was not an easy one, was it?
Dustin, this is crazy. This is crazy. I know the numbers have been big. This should have been a TFL, tackle for loss. There's one guy. There's 2. Okay, we're still bouncing around. Look at that shake. The dude got him. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? If you're Mike Benavides, you got to be scratching your head like you're joking. We could have had him in 2nd and long, getting the ball back potentially. Instead, it's 1st and 10, and you're moving the ball.
He told us this week that if I can make people miss at a phone booth in the IFL, I can make people miss on a field this large, and that's what he just did. Now Fajardo throws it, and that one misses. Cephas, Cody knows it. It was behind him. Cephas reached back, and now it's a 2nd and 10 with 1:50 left.
It's a massive miss. It's a massive miss because Cephas has a lot of room to run. Again, we say high percentage throws. Okay, little play action to Rankin. This is one that should be easily completed. And the clock stops. And again, I know it's a short play clock, but in games like this, every second matters still. I don't care it's only 20 seconds. Trust me when I say that thing's ticking.
That's a first down if he puts that ball just ahead of him. Instead, it's a 2nd and 10. Pressure in Fajardo's face, hammered as he throws. That's a completion on the near sideline. Won't be enough for a first down as he went to Luther. It'll be a 3rd down, and Edmonton will have to kick it away with lots of time left on this clock.
Yeah, and we're going to watch Betts here just absolutely cook. Here he is right there. It's a one-on-one matchup. We take a little outside rush, slide underneath. 1, 2, 3. Psh. Kind of swipe the hands there. Just, if you're Edmonton right now, you've had so many chances to put this game away. And you have a drop and then you lose a one-on-one at right tackle and you're punting the ball. You're relying on your defense here once again.
Just 3 points in the 2nd half for Edmonton. Have not been able to finish off these Lions just yet. This kick will bounce at the 30. And then roll down inside the 25. It's a 44-yard kick. And Chase Bryce gets the ball back with 96 seconds on the clock. He's 19 of 31 for 206 yards, a touchdown, and 4 interceptions. Edmonton's defense praised by my partner Luke here tonight. J.C. Sherritt's done some really good things.
I was just thinking, how does J.C. play this now? Does he bring heat? Does he sit back? Obviously, again, we're talking about Sean White being a kicker for BC. It's a long way to go. So interesting what he dials up, J.C. Sherritt.
They need about 43 yards to get in field goal range for a long Sean White attempt. That won't help. Edmonton's got Bryce, and they will take him down. Malik Carney, his first sack, as an Elk couldn't have come at a better time.
And Dustin, he's at the top here. He's just working one-on-one against Allen, and he wins. And you saw this guy last year for the Riders. He's obviously Grey Cup champion, little bull rush. Pushes Allen into the backfield, slides off of it. It's a huge play, and that's why you go out and get a guy like Malik Carney in the offseason for moments like that.
Team leading 16 quarterback pressures coming into the game. Didn't have a sack, has one now. Here's Bryce. Down the field, finds McInnes. First down, BC. And Bryce gets it done. Silences the crowd here at Commonwealth. It goes for 19.
That one shocked me a little bit. And I put a lot of, tip your cap to Bryce, but also McInnes here coming back to this ball, kind of getting underneath the Blanco. And We got some action here with 1:05 left.
We've got an injured Elk defender, second time in the game that Tamari Fox has been down, and they're going to stretch him out before helping him up and take him off field. Let's give us time to look at that last Chase Bryce completion, his 20th of the ball game. Just the second catch of the night for McInnes on 8 targets. Ended up going for a total of 20 yards, but it keeps him alive.
Yeah, that was nothing too wild as far as the route goes, but the concept opened up. Bryce hit it on time. What do you think the yard line is, Dustin, where Buck Pierce would feel comfortable having Sean White kick? Not like, hey, this is a hope.
I know the career line's 55, so we're saying target line's 48. I think he probably wants to get to the 40 to feel comfortable about it, and that would still be Sean's longest of the year. His longest so far is just 43 yards. So a little bit of work left to do. White warms up on the sideline. Possible game winner in the future. This one down the field, trying to find McInnes. Kobe Williams was there to make sure he couldn't get to it cleanly.
Certainly taking shots. You know, there's a little bit of pressure here first. Going to run this thing. And you're just going to see 4-man rush. They run a little twist, and Malik Carey's giving him everything they can handle right now. It's a heck of a play by Williams there. Again, that was nice and clean. Gets a hand on a great pass breakup.
Big 2nd and 10. The crowd at Commonwealth to their feet here on Friday Night Football. Edmonton sends a house. Bryce under pressure, trying to escape. They got him! Edmonton's defense gets it done. Jabome.
Dustin, we talked about what J.C. Sherritt would do. So what does he do? He brings everyone. To see him at the top of the screen, it's a free hitter. We don't have enough. You bring 7, they have 6 blockers. You bring 7, they have 6 blockers. And he gets Chase Bryce there. Again, ideally, you need to get that ball out quick. And now go to 3rd and forever. Tip your cap to the defensive coordinator, J.C. Sherritt, dial up the right play call there.
3rd and 18. This time Edmonton just sends 4. Bryce down the field, broken up. Elks defense finishes it.
I'll have to watch this one back. I thought for a second there was a chance to catch this ball.
Here's another look.
Tougher than I thought.
Looking for Mayala. Jalen Garnes over the top. Incomplete. And it'll be victory formation for your guy, Cody Fajardo.
Cody Fajardo. Not exactly how he wanted this game to go, but another W. Uh-oh, we got a penalty flag. Oh, we just thought he dropped the laundry there.
That'll do it. They don't need to take another snap. Yes. We'll run this clock down. And Cody Fajardo told us earlier this week that they don't care how they win football games. It's that they find a way to win football games. And they move into first place in the West with a 5-1 record. And let's get to Wilson's game ball.
I think I got to go with J.C. Sherritt. I know he's a coach. He can get a game ball. I mean, this guy had everything cooking today. I thought he did a great job of balancing, hey, when to bring cover 0. Hey, we got a zone blitz with 6 guys. Oh, we're dropping 8. We're dropping 9. As soon as Chase Bryce came in, he really took control. I thought he dominated the game with his play calling. Okay, and clearly they had a great performance offensively. Even a lot of the plays they did get, they being the BC Lions, and you go back to the Hatcher one-handed catch. Edmonton had some penalty issues. Like, they made it tough on BC all day. So J.C. Sherritt gets the game ball from me over here.
It's a good game ball. They only allowed 15 yards rushing tonight. J.C. Sheridan, the Edmonton defense. Questions for the BC Lions, obviously, on the health of Nathan Rourke, who watched for pretty much the entire game tonight.
And what's now tough, too, for BC is you're in, and I know some people don't like them saying this, but you're in the much tougher division, especially now that Bo Levi is no longer playing. And that's not a shot at Hamilton, but obviously you're not the same team without Bo. So you see that record now to drop to 1-4, where you've got Edmonton at 5-1. You got Saskatchewan, who looks like they figured it out. I know that my buddy Zach Calaris is injured, but assuming that they do get the job done this week, Winnipeg's also a wagon over there.
Calgary looks good too.
Calgary looks great. It's very tough, Dustin. Very tough.
Tough spot for the Lions to find themselves in, but Edmonton with a rare win over the BC Lions, having just won in their last 13 prior to tonight. The defense shuts the door against the BC Lions. 19-17 the final. The Elks alone in first at 5-1. That'll do it. Sports Center is coming up with Jermaine Franklin and Kara Wagland. Good night from Edmonton.